Big Kev, right here on 1410 ESPN Radio.
People over there, what's up? You feel me? Stand up and say, what's up? What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Well, what's up is we got to tell the streets.
We back up.
We back up.
Happy New Year, y'all.
We're ring-ting-tingling still. We're ring-ting-tingling from the holiday season. Sarge, I know you had a good New Year's.
I did.
Won the Battle on the Border Championship.
Won the heavyweight title, brah.
Hey. Yeah, bro.
Congratulations.
And then got beat
What?
down then it got beat down from the head down. But we don't want to talk
Well,
about.
we're not going to have to talk
We're not
about
going to
that.
talk about that.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
No,
I don't
we're
know.
not. There's nothing to talk about.
I'm a retired professional
There's
wrestler. Well,
nothing-
almost retired.
There's nothing to talk about.
I'll be wrestling
Just know
tomorrow.
the champ is here.
Yeah, it's here.
Hey, the champ is here.
Time is up.
Bob, put some jorts on.
That's right.
Put his
He's got
headband-
jorts on.
Put a
Wearing them
little,
under
put a
today.
there
little
you go.
jorts on. Yep.
We got the
Put
jorts.
your headband on your arms.
So Christmas obviously is like the best time of year for mere mortals. But for professional wrestlers, starting January 1st, it is the kickoff to Kev. What is it?
Royal Rumble, baby.
And that is the beginning of what?
WrestleMania season.
road to
Bam!
WrestleMania.
The road to WrestleMania.
You know, before we get into that, hold on. I have to cut you off for a second.
What a surprise.
Hold on. One question. One question.
He's got to cut me off.
You know how, like at Christmas time, you got the little tins with like the brownies and the sweets and stuff.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything survive still from that? Anybody got anything lingering around from that? Any survivors?
I did get a 10 of those butter cookies.
Well, I like those. The
Mm-hmm.
the ones from the Netherlands or where, or the Belgian
Yeah,
cookies.
something like that.
Yeah, those are still kicking around
like
my
that.
house. Okay.
I don't get like a ton of candy and stuff like that for Christmas, but I do have some Germac nuts from Detroit. You remember Germac,
Germac.
the real high quality pistachios.
Mhm.
I got a bag of those still.
Okay. So there's some survivors.
There's
That's
some
all
survivors.
I was just wondering.
I see my dad's favorite, and it's just nostalgic. I never really liked pistachios until my dad passed away for some reason.
wow.
When he passed away, I had a bag of nuts from him that he got me a couple months before he died. And all of a sudden, pistachios were like one of my favorite things because it was one of his favorite things. I know that's corny, but
Remember, you are what you eat.
that's true.
Oh,
These.
Exactly.
But that's all right. I'm retired now, so there'll be no comeuppance from me.
Or are you?
Well, Kev, I keep my word. Benjamin Chimera has never deceived anybody in the wrestling business. Never done any sort of sneak attack or anything duplicitous. It's just been up and up. You like that?
Big word
dude?
Thursday.
Big word Thursday. That's right.
Coming up in the world, 2026, already using big words. ain't
That's
we?
right.
That's what's
I
up.
got a thesaurus for Christmas.
Hey.
And speaking of thesaurus, speaking of big words, apotheosis, ladies and gentlemen, of professional wrestling is WrestleMania season. The lights are brighter, the matches are better, it's more exciting. There's more positive energy from January 1st to the end of WrestleMania weekend than there is all year for pro wrestling. Everybody brings out the big guns, but the big start of WrestleMania season starts with the Royal Rumble. And I wanted to talk tonight about the Royal Rumble and kind of its origins and its significance and what's important about it and what's good about it, because there's really nothing like it. And I want to jump the shark a little bit because in my notes and the research, it's a thing to debate later on, but I want to debate it now. I loved personally when Money in the Bank was just a WrestleMania match.
Me too.
I looked forward to Money in the Bank.
Me too.
And I loved it when it was like cross-branded. Here's a Raw guy, here's a SmackDown guy, here's an ECW guy,
Mhm.
or in this case, it would be an NXT guy,
Mhm.
and they would all be going for Money in the Bank, and they'd all cash in. But because the match is what it is, there's actually a whole pay-per-view now dedicated to Money in the Bank, where there's a men's match and another men's match and a women's match, and it's basically a whole show of ladder matches. So it doesn't really have that special thing to it anymore. Is the Royal Rumble the last attraction match in WWE history? Because they don't really do King of the Ring anymore. They kind of just turn that on and off whenever they want.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're gonna do it this year.
They say like every few years they do King of the Ring.
You got
do you
Elimination Chamber. It's its own entity now, standalone pay-per-view.
Yeah, I could see that. Do you think that the Elimination Chamber is for this generation of wrestlers? Obviously, all of us are of a certain age, so Royal Rumble's like
Oh yeah, yeah.
our thing. Do you think the newer generation looks at Elimination Chamber like, oh, that's a big deal?
I think some kids like Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
I think Elimination Chamber is in an awkward spot on the calendar.
Yeah.
It's between the Rumble and Mania, and I
Mhm.
think they do it as an excuse to where if they need to change something
Yes.
Mhm.
or do another number one contender, they
Yeah.
can use that match.
Hell in the Cell's kind of like that too. That's his own other standalone or pay per view that they have
Yeah.
as well.
I
So-
hate that too. Do you hate it?
Yeah, I do. I do. And it's like, man, I want Hell in the Cell to be a part of some type of like WrestleMania or
It could be on any card.
yeah, it can be any type of
It
card.
needs
You-
to make sense.
It don't need to have like the whole card being Hell in the Cell all willy nilly. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
To me, Hell in a Cell, you're right. Like, even though they went away from it basically right away, I always thought the concept of Hell in a Cell was amazing because for folks at home that are listening that don't know, Hell in a Cell isn't just a steel cage match. The cage surrounds the entire ringside area. So they can go in and out of the ring anytime they want to, but they're still in a cage. They're not supposed to be able to get out, but of course they do. And every one of them. It kind of loses its special magic, but the Royal Rumble, this will be the 40th Royal Rumble.
40?
40.
Wow.
The 40th Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it checks out. Yeah. First one
So
was
this will be the
85.
40th Royal Rumble match. It still has its magic. You were
Yeah.
talking earlier, Kev. Talk about why the Royal Rumble's your favorite.
I mean, I love the Royal Rumble because it seems like everybody gets a chance. It's always some type of surprise at the Royal Rumble, except for a few Royal Rumbles, but we're not gonna talk about that. But it's it's mainly like almost getting like a who's who in professional wrestling in the WWE. I mean, some people may get left off, but you probably see them on like Monday Night Raw or somewhere like that. But most of the time you see him at the Royal Rumble, and it's like, oh, okay, I remember this guy. He probably gonna get a chance. He needs a chance. Oh, he needs a chance too.
Yeah.
So that's why I love the Royal Rumble for the surprises of everything.
Sarge, what's your opinion of the Royal Rumble?
It's my favorite pay-per-view.
Mine too.
It dates back even beyond. You said this is the 40th, so that means it started what, 87?
85.
87. Well, it's a trick question.
87 was the house show one,
The
right?
house show was in 87. And
Okay.
that was
the 12.
I couldn't
That's
even
the
find
12.
the winner.
That's
Yeah.
the 12-man rumble.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that was 12.
Oh, I got the whole story on that. If you wanted,
We'll get into that in
Yeah.
our next. Well,
Okay.
we'll do a brief history, but before we get into that,
Yeah.
I want your opinion. But first, let's explain what the Royal Rumble is or has been historically.
Okay.
At first, it was. You go ahead. Go ahead. fire
So
away.
it was a concept originally from 1968. Roy Schreier ran out in San Francisco at the Cow Palace, and he wanted to create a spectacle match where he could book guys, the top guys from all the territories,
Yep.
and bring them in as surprises.
Mhm.
He wouldn't put them all on the similar to what we do now. This guy's a surprise. So here comes Bobo Brazil. Here
Mhm.
comes Andre the Giant. All
Yep.
these guys come together and they did it for 23 years, every year in January. The Palace Rumble or whatever it
Mhm.
was called.
Cow Palace, right?
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
Cow Palace. Pat Patterson won the very last one in 1981. He also helped Roy Schreier book these shows.
Can I ask you a question?
So
When
yes,
Pat won, did they go banana?
they went bananas.
They were banana.
So that's why Pat pitched the idea to Vince. Let's test run this at the Kiel Auditorium.
Yeah.
And the problem was they only did 12 guys. They had a A show and a B show running in another town. And
Oh,
then that
wow.
ended up being like the C show.
That was a buttermilk run.
And they only had 2,100 people there in a stadium that held 17,000.
Oh,
So it's like we're talking like an AEW show.
yeah,
So
that's true.
They stooged the finish at intermission. So they announced it as the winner we're going to be back here in 5 weeks. And the winner of this Royal Rumble gets a title shot against Hulk Hogan. that's what they announced in the beginning of the show. At intermission, he said, "Don't forget to come back here in 5 weeks as the one-man gang challenges Hulk Hogan for the heavyweight title."
Oh, that's
And then
awful.
Gang ended up eliminating Junkyard Dog and won the 12-man Royal Rumble.
Awful. But that's a great history. But right quick, because I love getting the energy going. Explain the rules of the Royal Rumble and what the concept is and how it's different from a normal battle royal.
So it's gauntlet style,
Yes.
which means you're in every insert increment of time.
They change
Yeah,
it.
they
By
switch
insert,
it
it changes.
Yeah,
What-
it changes.
like they do the 2 minute. That 2 minutes is too long.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I like the minute and a half
Yeah,
myself. I
nice.
think that's a
That
good. That gives guys just enough time to run a couple things. Essentially, a new man's in every whatever time, and then it's over the top rope and onto the floor, which they've tinkered with that over the years a little bit, where guys have eliminated themselves,
Mhm.
and then they were allowed to come back in because they did like Macho.
Yep.
That happened with him, right?
Yep.
He eliminated himself, but he was able to come back in.
And typically, it's both feet touching the floor.
Yeah.
is the elimination process. So you get a lot of really cool, like athletic spots, like with Naomi and Kofi Kingston.
Mhm.
And we'll talk about those later on.
Logan
but
Paul.
Logan Paul, that was
Shawn
really
Michaels.
good. Shawn
Yep.
Michaels. There's been a lot of good stuff there. But then, like the first big spectacle, that was in January of '88, and that was only a couple months after they tinkered with it in '87, and they televised it in '88. But like it's so important and so crucial now because not only does the winner challenge for the main event of WrestleMania, well, sometimes they challenge for the big belt. One of the
That
big
started
belts of
in
WrestleMania.
'93.
Yeah,
That
was
started in '93.
But that '87 one, they did it then too.
Yes.
So it's weird.
They did that, but then the first winner, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. That's right, and just the excitement around that match, getting the crowd to count down with you from 5 seconds, and
So they didn't do that in the beginning.
no, they didn't do that, but it gets exciting for sure. It's part of the big, what we call the Big Five. Well, since they kind of tinker with King of the Ring, it's
At the
one of
time, it
Big
was the
Four.
Big Four.
Big
Yeah.
Four. So Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series are the Big Four. Considered the Big Four pay-per-views of the year, premium live events of the year. So when you think about this show coming up on January 31st, I mean, it is truly the kickoff to WrestleMania season. Do you guys think it's kind of weird now with the way that they do this season premiere of Raw, like, and then in December, and then go right to WrestleMania? Or do you think they should do I think the season premiere should be the Raw and SmackDown and NXT right after WrestleMania.
That's what I thought too.
It's based off networks though.
Right.
Yeah.
It's based off other TV shows.
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
That was so bad. That show was bad.
Oh my God.
That was so awful. That's Raw. I watched it. The main event was good.
Yeah.
Breaker and yeah. Would you like that?
I
Yeah.
did like that.
I thought it was a really good match. Did you see it yet or not
I
really?
watched the whole show.
Yeah. What did you think?
Can we stick with the Royal Rumble?
Let's talk to the Royal Rumble.
Because I'll get my blood pressure boiling
Yeah,
on that show.
it would have been super cool if on the Stranger Things show they would have had one cast member from Stranger Things on the show.
Or maybe one men's match in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's
His blood pressure's up, folks.
let me can
Blood
I
pressure's up.
bring up one other
Let's bring it
early
up.
on
Let's
thing
talk
here?
about it. Talk about it.
So this is historical. So that Royal Rumble episode that aired on the USA Network. Do you know what they also did on that show? That was
it Hogan and Andre?
they did the contract,
Contract
signing.
Yeah.
signing,
Because they were doing their match 12 days later on
Yeah.
Saturday night's main event.
Yep.
So that's pretty interesting.
That's one of the best contract signings ever with the double tables
Yeah.
and the podium in the middle and Andre that wool.
And that's
coat.
all Dick Ebersol.
Yeah.
He was the one that
Yeah.
told him, hey, I want something big on this USA show. And Vince was like, well, Pat, tell him about your stupid idea because he didn't like it.
Yeah.
And Pat told Ebersol, and Ebersol was like, I love it.
We need to do a show about Dick Ebersol's influence
Yeah.
on professional
Yeah, we do.
wrestling. But we're going to go to break. We come back. We're going to talk about the early history of the Rumble. We already talked about it a little bit. But we're going to talk about that and its kind of influence in turning into a major storytelling piece from a spectacle match. We'll be right back.
What does it mean to live here
1410 ESPN Radio.
We are card subject to change. I'm Big Kev. He's Ben Chimera, and he is Sergeant Ledbetter. It's been a while since I've done that.
I
Yeah.
like it though.
You got to refer to
You
me
got it.
from now on as the Battle on the Border heavyweight champion, Sergeant
Jesus.
Leslie.
Oh,
Just so you know.
So we gonna start it
Cheese
over.
and
Yeah.
rice.
We're gonna
Just so
start
you
over
know.
real quick.
Yeah, let's do that again.
We are card subject to change. I'm Ben Cup. He's Ben Chimera. I'm Big Kev. And he is the Battle of the Border heavyweight champion, Sergeant Ledbetter.
He spoons the belt, at night.
Ooh.
It's actually not in my possession right now.
Is that
What, the belt's not in your
The
possession?
belt is with a guy's looking at getting a logo put on it.
Oh, okay. Replating it or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
figure have a real champion now. You got
is that
Yeah.
right?
This is accurate.
got
Carson Drake is a haircut,
Ah.
Well, nothing against him, but he's never there.
You do have to
Ooh.
be present. to be
Two
the
title
champion.
defenses in 10 months doesn't make you a
That's
champion.
Not great. Yeah, it's not great.
We are sponsored by Payless Shoes.
Oh,
All right.
okay. They're still around,
No.
aren't they?
No.
no, they all closed.
Who bought them all? Rack Room or
Nope.
one of those?
I think
type-
they shut down.
Yeah, I think they shut down or bankruptcy. I believe.
So pay no more shoes.
Pay no more shoes. Man, hey, let me tell y'all something. Them bad boys used to hurt my feet
Yeah.
crazy. And my mom, she would get them Payless shoes. I got a surprise for you. I'm like, oh, stop. I got me some new shoes. I look at the box and then look inside the box.
Your heart
Burgers.
sank. Your heart sank. didn't
Oh,
it?
my God.
So,
So it looks,
Payless Shoes is online.
yeah. Well, here's the thing. Amazon bought the brand,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they don't have retail stores.
So this is like a Kmart gimmick then.
yeah. It's like Michael's buying Joanne
Well, let's
Fabrics
go on there and see
brand.
what kind of shoes they have available.
We could talk about wrestling.
Trying to get some burgers.
Well, you go. Oh, I do have.
We could talk about wrestling.
I like shoes too. but
Okay, I know you do.
So
Let's go back. We're going to talk about the
88
early
Rumble.
history, the 1988 Royal
Okay,
Rumble.
so it was 20-man Rumble.
Yes.
Okay. So, ironically enough, it was one-man gang who had won the 12-man Rumble that got
Yes.
beat by Duggan. I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
So Duggan never got a title shot out of that, but he ended up feuding for the King
Yes.
after that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this is what I was going to say. So that 20-man Rumble, they actually took that on tour for a little bit.
Mhm.
I think Jake won one. I think Rude and a couple other people, I think, won. That's crazy to me. A house show Rumble tour.
A house show Rumble.
That's
I
like the
wouldn't
Great
mind seeing
American
something like
Bash.
that.
Great American Bash did it with War Games.
They sure did, yeah.
And they did, and I think what would have been beneficial is if they would have done the Rumble to open the show, and then it would have been for like the Intercontinental Belt later in the
Right,
show, or
right.
something
Right.
like that. Like,
And not stooge off the finish.
right, and not give away the finish at intermission.
So
right?
NWA at the exact same time in '88, they tried that Bunkhouse Stampede pay-per-view.
it was very similar to the
Yeah,
Rumble.
well,
Go ahead and
that-
explain the rules of the Bunkhouse Stampede.
You go ahead because I don't know exactly this. I know they
So,
dress different.
It was like a bunkhouse back in post Civil War. You had a lot of skilled workers, that were emancipated, or a lot of people that were kind of they weren't highly educated, but they were very skilled laborers.
yeah, it's like
so-
a Detroit deal.
Right. Exactly. Except they put a bunkhouse next to the $1 billion casino, and then right next to the high-end steakhouse, and then right next to the Spirit of Detroit, right? Prime and proper, baby. You get a tomahawk at Prime and Proper, it's gonna set you back $2 bills.
Oh,
2 bills.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
And then you get a
Yeah.
flat tire in the parking lot.
So you get a
That's
flat
true.
tire in the parking lot.
That's true. But then a rat's gonna help you out.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you get like
What-
wild pit bulls take over and successfully run a Wendy's in downtown
Was the
Detroit.
bunkhouse 2 rings?
It was 2 rings.
Okay.
and
I'm remembering it
The
right. then.
bunkhouse, in the South was, if you're a farmer, obviously you couldn't have slaves anymore, but you built bunkhouses and you hired transient workers, and that you would shelter them, kind of like Yellowstone, right? Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's the bunkhouse,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Like you got, basically a kitchen and a bunch of bunk beds. But how you would settle a beef in a bunkhouse is you go out back and you fight it out.
Okay.
So the bunkhouse stampede was a delayed entry 2-ring fight, and the guys would show up in like jeans, cut off t-shirts,
Yeah.
crop top
Okay.
sweatshirts.
Yeah, I can see that.
They'd
Okay.
have
That's
like
Southern wrestling.
Yeah. And
Wrestling.
it would be the same concept, except it was in 2 rings and they were eliminated when you're thrown over the top rope. But the illusion was to dress like you were, I'm not here to
So
wrestle.
Dusty Rhodes was probably
Yeah.
the king of the bunkhouse matches,
Yeah.
right?
Definitely
So
rude,
he had that crop top sweatshirt, you know what I
Sure
mean?
did,
And he had
yeah.
the cowboy boots and the jeans tucked into the boots and
Yep.
his knee pads pulled up over
Yeah.
his jeans. Everybody double taped their fists up like a boxer, you know what I mean?
I kind of like that. I bet those were good to watch live.
I
Oh,
think
it
it would
had to
probably
be.
be entertaining.
A
'cause
lot of taters.
you didn't know who was coming next, but I
It's a lot of
think,
things.
and I got to do a little more research on the book. I think it was babyface heel.
Oh,
You know what as far as like the delayed entry, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Okay.
like the Rumble where it was like. You remember the year Axe and Smash fought each other at the Open?
89.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
89.
89.
Yeah,
That was-
89.
That
was awesome.
it
That
was.
was.
It was babyface heel for the Bunkhouse Stampede. I don't think it was over 20 guys either. I
Did,
think it
as
was
soon
like
as you
10.
hit the ring, the fight was on, right?
Right. As soon as you hit, you started brawling because it wasn't. I mean, it's like a basic battle royal, but they weren't like a WWE, the Royal Rumble. Like as soon as the fresh guy hits the ring, he basically runs a hot comeback,
Right.
right?
Pretty much.
He's hitting all his big moves on everybody in the ring. The Bunkhouse Brawl was just
There's no big moves.
throwing taters,
Lots of
kicking,
taters.
punching, elbows, just
Still.
hoss fighting.
So
you
they
know?
did it and it didn't get over really, and then they never really did it again. They did a little bit of a tour, I think, for the Bash the next year.
I would love to see, and this is just me. I want to see a revival of Bunkhouse Brawl.
I was about to say that.
Think
too.
it through though, make it good. And then the other one that's kind of garbage, and we'll get into it, but I want to see Team Challenge Series come back from AWA. Remember Team
Yeah,
Challenge
yeah,
Series?
That would be a good NXT gimmick.
That would be a good thing to do, but like think it through to make it a little bit more exciting, or you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
TNA tried to do it when they did that World Cup.
yeah,
Sure,
yeah,
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 yeah.
But I don't remember that getting over really either. Did it?
There was so much other stuff going on that show.
Yeah, it was Russification.
Yeah, it
but-
was too much going on at one time. But
Yeah.
if you was to modernize the Bunkhouse Brawl,
Yes, and book it
Man.
correctly.
yeah,
That would be. I feel like AEW could do that because they have so many guys on the roster,
yes.
and they're such marks for all that stuff.
yeah,
Plus, Tony has the lineage. Just ask him; he'll
no,
tell you.
that's true. He does.
Yeah,
But I think what it would be right now would be like a whole bunch of skinny jean wearing people up in there.
it would.
Yeah.
They'd have skinny jeans on, and,
Eyeliner.
yeah,
Skinny jeans and eyeliner.
Yeah.
And,
That'd be it.
black nail polish.
Yeah.
Old tough guys. Real
Yeah.
tough guys.
Cornette would love
Right.
it.
I hate this. Brian Last, I hate it.
uh,
But you know, so like Duggan wins the first one.
Yep.
Big John Studd wins the second one. I'm pretty sure he was gone from the company shortly after that. Right?
He was the ref. At
He was the ref at
in the,
WrestleMania?
in
Yeah.
the Andre Jake match, and
Yep.
then
That
that
was
was he
out.
wrestled maybe Andre on a house show. Maybe I'd have to look.
Yeah.
That was he came out to Hacksaw's
Yes, he
thing.
did.
It was like a lot
Dun,
slower.
dun, 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 dun,
He said-
dun.
But Stubbs was like, "Mm,
We're getting going, folks. But man, like the first time that they really used a story at the Rumble that I can remember, and tell me if I'm wrong, was Hogan and Warrior.
Well, they did
Yeah.
Hogan and Macho in that one.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did
they
that
sure
one.
did.
They
But,
did,
like,
and
that,
then Hogan and Warrior was the one.
that was the
Yeah.
that was the magical one,
Oh,
right?
God.
When it was those two squaring off, man. Go ahead. Tell 'em.
Remember? Okay, so Warrior's in there, and he's pitching. They set it up perfect. There was a bunch of guys in the ring, and Warrior and Hogan start cleaning house, one on each side of the ring.
Yep.
And then they meet in the middle, and they go right into the nobody moves, crisscross,
Yep.
duck, double clothesline, the same spot from the match.
Yep.
And both men are down. And trivia question of the night:
Go banana.
who came out? Who was the guy that hit the ring? There was a heel that came
was
out.
it Rick Rude?
No, you're on the right. You're in the
Was
right.
it was
faction.
Martel, right?
I think it
It
was
was perfect.
I think it was Barbarian.
I think it was Barbarian.
He comes out and starts delivering the chops to both of them.
It was Barbarian.
He's
It was,
doing-
yeah.
yeah. He started lowering the boom. And Gorilla Monsoon's like, prime for the pickings right here, Barbarian. He's in prime position to win the match. I'm thinking, yeah, right. Barbarian's not winning anything. Of course, he ended up getting tossed out by Hogan.
And then it was Rick Rude. He came out and jumped the gun, didn't he?
Rick Rude came out early because he
He did
wanted
come out
to
early.
get an advantage, and they ended up eliminating him. A miscommunication from him and somebody else caused him to get almost eliminated,
Mhm.
and his legs were kicked. I just watched it. It's hilarious. It's such a good Rumble.
But
Oh my
but
God.
it's a good Rumble because that's when they first started building feuds out of the
Yes.
Rumble.
Yeah.
Like this guy eliminates this guy. Now we're
Piper and
feuding.
Bad News Brown.
Yep.
They eliminated each other and
Yep.
started fighting on the floor, and
Yep.
then boom, there was a Mania match.
Yep. And we won't talk about the particulars of that match,
No.
but
that you won't see on Netflix.
you won't
Right.
see it ever again.
Jake slid the snake in the ring.
Yep,
and
Andre-
that's what caused Andre to dip
jump out.
Sure.
Yeah.
and that's what set that match up at Mania.
So the Rumble, from almost the very beginning, just a couple deep, has been like a key storytelling element to WrestleMania. Whether that's, the winner is obviously the featured player at WrestleMania, but since its inception, what do you guys think was like the best, excluding the winner?
Mhm.
What do you think the best story to come out of the Rumble has been?
I want to say the underdog of being in the Rumble, like being the longest time. Rick Martel, 1991. Why didn't they do something with that?
Man, he was in there for a while.
He was in there for the longest
That was the
time.
longest. That was the record for a while.
Yeah.
I-
It was him and I think it was Greater Hammer Valentine.
Yeah.
And it was in that same. Man, how come they didn't do nothing
And
with
then
them?
Backlund broke the record.
Yeah.
Maybe
93.
I used to dislike Rick Martel until I watched him wrestle before he got all the injuries. And I'm like, man, he was so good.
Yep.
And I was like, man, why does somebody like model Rick Martel? He's so robotic and clunky. And then I watched him before he got all hurt.
Yeah.
You think you think nothing came of that because all the injuries? Because the model gimmick was wonderful.
Oh, I loved it.
Fantastic.
I think at the time when he had that big run that you're talking about, Kev, he was behind DiBiase, he was behind Perfect, he was behind Earthquake. There was just heels ahead of him.
Yeah.
And I think that was the reason they didn't pull the trigger. And it didn't help that the main event was Hogan and Warrior. So they're not even using one of those heels in the main event. They're actually giving it to a babyface. And I think that hurt too.
Brian Hild says, last time I counted, Dayton Mall has 9 shoe stores. Is that true?
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's the thing. Their shoe stores are like, if you want like a collector's Jordan or whatever, it's a lot of that kind of stuff.
And one of the companies, I think, owns 4 of those stores. One company does.
I believe it.
I think
Because they're all kind of the same gimmick.
Champ Sports, Foot Locker, Foot Action USA,
JD.
and somebody else are like
JD
all
Sports.
owned by the same
Yeah.
company. So I think they
Interesting.
just kept the branding.
Good point, Brian. There's
Yeah,
there's a
but
lot
people
of
need
shoe
shoes.
stores. It's true. And the Jordan aftermarket for Jordans.
Oh my
is,
God.
I mean, that's $1 billion industry
Yeah,
every
no
year,
doubt.
man, easily. So so that's a good point. But going back to the Rumble, I think we would be remiss if we didn't talk about, and we have to talk about this. We've got to, and I don't
What's
care
up?
if it bleeds into the next segment. The greatest Rumble of all time,
And we're jumping ahead, ain't we?
a little bit.
Okay.
It's 1992.
I agree.
Yeah.
This is the first time that you introduce Ric Flair to the company.
Mm-hmm.
You have Ric Flair with the WCW Heavyweight Championship, and then was the belt vacated at that point, or who was it? Who had it?
He had the NWA Heavyweight
He had the
Championship.
NWA
Yeah,
Heavyweight
NWA.
Championship. It wasn't
Yeah.
WCW technically yet,
Yes.
but he had the NWA Championship. The other belt, the WWF belt, was vacated. The greatest Rumble 92. It's considered the greatest Rumble for 2 reasons. One, Ric Flair's performance, unbelievable. He's in the ring for over an hour.
Yeah.
Every single person in the match runs a comeback on
Yep.
Ric Flair. He takes everybody's finisher. I mean, it is a feat of athleticism that is unparalleled to this day. However, I'm going to rattle this off real quick, and I want you guys to agree or disagree at the end of the list. It is my opinion that every single person in that Rumble is a Hall of Famer.
Besides Brian Knobs.
Well, okay, we'll get into it.
Wasn't he in it?
Well, I'll go down the list.
I'm pretty
British Bulldog,
Yeah. Hall of Famer.
British Bulldog, Ted DiBiase,
Hall of
Yep.
Famer.
Ric Flair at 3, Jerry Sags,
No.
Haku,
Yes.
Shawn Michaels,
Yes.
Tito Santana,
Yes.
Yep.
Barbarian,
Yes.
Kerry Von Erich,
Yes.
Repo Man, Barry Darso,
Yep.
Greg Valentine,
Yes.
Nikolai Volkov,
Yes.
Big Boss Man,
Yes.
Hercules,
Yes.
Roddy Piper,
Yes.
Jake Roberts,
Yes.
Jim Duggan,
Yep.
Mike
Yes.
Rotunda as IRS,
Yep.
Yes.
Jimmy Snuka,
Yes.
Undertaker,
Yes.
Randy Savage,
Yes.
Berserker, maybe.
He'd probably
I'm-
be right short of the list.
The Berserker is not a Hall of Fame character, but John Nord outside
Oh, yeah,
of the
John
Berserker
Nord.
He's in
character.
the conversation.
He'll be in the
I
conversation.
don't know if I'd put him in, but either
Virgil?
way, no.
No.
Virgil?
No
Okay.
Virgil.
Colonel Mustafa, Iron
Yeah,
Sheik.
Iron Sheik,
Okay.
yeah.
Rick Martel,
Yes.
Hulk Hogan,
Yes.
Steve Kern Skinner.
He's
No.
another one. That's probably,
Fantastic ones.
He's probably the Fabs. He's
Yeah.
probably right there in the conversation. I'm going to say no for purposes of what we're doing, though.
All right. Psycho Sid Vicious,
Yeah.
and the Warlord.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
I put Warlord in.
So
That's 26 Hall of Famers. And,
And-
and then that's another 3 that are like
in the conversation,
borderline, Berserker,
Like
Steve
right
Kern.
there.
Even Virgil's in the conversation. I mean, he did run with all the top guys in his entire career.
well, I think people get too caught up on his wrestling, his
Jerry's-
wrestling
the
ability.
And I shouldn't bash Jerry Sags. I mean, that was a weird entry for me. He was a substitute, though, so I'm not
I was
going
about to
to.
say he.
Would
Brian
you
Adams
put the
was hurt,
nasty?
wasn't he?
You would put
Somebody. They did a qualifier or something
Yeah.
on the show before that, and like a tag team battle royal or something, and he won it.
You don't think the Nasty Boys are Hall of Fame material?
They're on the border.
I would say so.
Yeah, they're on the board. I'm not going to
Yeah.
say they're like first ballot.
No.
They're in the conversation.
They're in the Coco Beware slot.
Steve Kern's in the conversation. Berserker's in the conversation. Virgil's in the conversation. The point being that Rumble is loaded.
Oh yeah, no
And
doubt.
it's amazing. So, do you guys? Well, actually, we got to go to break. We come back. I'll ask your his opinion. We'll jump ahead a little bit. Was that the best Royal Rumble of all time? We're gonna go pay some bills. We'll see you in a bit.
Yeah, there was
and Big Kev, right here on 1410 ESPN Radio.
We are card subject to change, and we are sponsored by Kmart.
Kmart.
So
Made in Detroit.
that store has a special place in my heart because every time my mom would get her nails done, it was like a nail salon right around the corner from Kmart. She always dropped me off, and I had to be like 12, 13 at the time. Window shopping.
Yeah.
Always window shop. I'm like looking at clothes, looking at the CDs, looking at the video games. Like
They had it all.
it man, oh my god!
Kmart had it all. I can't knock them.
And you can smell the popcorn in there.
Popcorn.
Little
Little Caesars. Oh my god!
Another, I guess that's the
Michigan.
reason. Little Michigan tie-in there.
It's okay to admit
All
that
friends.
Michigan's
It's an all friends state.
wrestling.
It's
Yeah,
all
that's right.
friend
The
state.
Blue Light Special.
Yes.
Blue light special. Yeah,
Blue
yeah.
Light That was very creative.
I like that.
Blue Light Special. That
Had a
was
little
good.
blue light coming on when the
Siren.
siren going on. Yeah.
it was good stuff. Kmart was pretty solid.
Some of that good stuff right
So we're talking about the Rumble. Do you want to talk about it being the greatest Rumble ever? We could save that for later because I have an interesting competition for that one. Interesting thought.
there. I got a second one from there.
Okay, well let's talk about it now then. Do you
Okay.
think 92 is the greatest Rumble?
92 was the greatest,
Yeah,
but a close second, 2001.
2001.
2001.
Big
Yeah.
Kane.
Is that the hardcore Rumble where it started
Yeah,
breaking
yeah.
down? Yeah,
Yeah.
people always like plunder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but all those hardcore guys were in the beginning, right? It was like Raven and
Raven, Steve Blackman,
yeah.
and there was a whole bunch of other guys.
Perry
but
Saturn, I think.
Perry
Bruce
Saturn was in
Bartlett.
there.
Was Drew Carey in that one?
Drew Carey was in that one.
Yeah.
And you know who spot he took?
I don't remember.
It was one of the
Somebody got beat up. I know that.
Was it Tiger Ali Singh?
It was one of the guys from Lowdown.
So it was D'Lo?
It was either D'Lo or Chaz.
Probably D'Lo.
Probably
D'Lo.
D'Lo. Probably.
What, he
D'Lo.
get beat up or something?
No, they did a backstage segment, and this was back when Drew Carey he had like a show going on, he had like a pay-per-view going on, and he wanted to
Whose
promote.
line is it anyway?
No, I don't think it was her. Whose line was it anyway? It was some type of other pay-per-view that he had going on, but they did a backstage segment, and Tiger Ali Singh was back there with Lowdown, and Vince McMahon comes in. He's like, "Hey, your spot's been given up by Drew Carey," and Tiger Ali Singh was like, "Who is Drew Carey?" And then they just ended it right there.
Would you like to know the reason why they did that? It's
Why
a
is
little
that?
HWA secret. When D'Lo came back, he told us. I'll tell the story
Yeah,
real
I'll tell.
briefly.
I like it. Little inside baseball.
So
Yeah.
inside baseball, HWA. D'Lo was reassigned to HWA shortly after that. He showed up to a Raw taping, and he looked at the run sheet, and he didn't see his name, and he was heated because this was, he was the Euro Continental champion,
Mhm.
right? So he got so frustrated, he left and got on a plane and went home. And Bruce Pritchard called him when he was on the tarmac on his cell phone and said, "Where are you? We need you for a match in 20 minutes."
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was the beginning of the end of one D'Lo Brown.
They wasted him.
Yeah, they did.
They
Dude,
did.
dude
He
got
was so
himself
good.
in shape, and then they didn't do anything with him.
Yep. When he went out with like the Bret Hart gear, with the
Yeah.
low cut singlet and the long tights,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
looked incredible. I mean, he looked great, and he was also really good in the ring
And could cut a promo.
and could
Oh,
give a
no doubt.
promo. That frog splat, it's RVD and then D'Lo Brown. That frog splash
no doubt.
finisher, were
Yeah.
unbelievable.
You know, after he hurt Dross, he was never. They never pushed him the same.
yeah, yeah,
They kind
Mhm.
of pulled him back a little bit. Then they stuck him with Lowdown, and then it kind of just
dissipated.
Awful.
Awful. He was a good worker. He's a good dude too. Not to name drop Jones, but I
No,
really
no,
enjoy.
I
I
have no
enjoy his
bet.
company. You know him.
Oh, I talked to him at Expo. He was
Yeah,
real nice.
he's
I
a
went over
great
and talked to
guy.
him for 5 or 10 minutes.
If I was
Real
him,
nice guy.
I'm not a good person. So like, if I was him, I'd be like really bitter. But
Yeah.
he seems to be like
Yeah.
at peace.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like this is just what happened. All right, back to the Rumble. Enough name drop Jones here. So 92 was the best. You think 2001? What do you think?
I think 92.
92?
Only because the stakes were high.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
It was a big deal to have in one ring at any given time all the former champions: Macho, Backlund, Sheik,
Yep.
Hogan, Sid was a future champion, but all them guys in the ring at one time. Piper, who wasn't a former champion, but he was a top guy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
That was a big deal.
And like Snuka, you
Yeah.
know, and let's talk for a second about what
Taker.
the Taker, the Sid, you know, the Sid elimination.
Oh yeah.
That was still controversial even today because the crowd, for the first time ever, favored someone over Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, they
Like,
cheered and then they
Yeah, they
dubbed
sure
in
did.
the booing for the replay.
and the
Mhm.
Hogan thing was such a like it was. I thought it was almost watching it back now. You're like, was that a botched heel turn? Because he grabbed Sid, remember,
Yeah.
and he held on to him.
They were just setting up their Mania match.
But what I mean is like, yeah, you're right about that. But like, that was very heelish, don't you think?
Oh
Hogan,
yeah.
Hogan always worked like a heel.
That's true. Back rake,
Eye
eye
rakes.
gouge.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever he had to do, brother.
This was right
Brother.
around the this was right around the time where I think I was getting sick of Hogan because you know he won the 90 and the 91 Royal Rumble.
Right.
And it's like, okay, let's get somebody else to win this thing here. Because 92 came around. I'm like, oh, not another Hogan win.
I can't
don't
remember
need
looking
this.
back. I mean, I was 13. I can't remember who I thought was going to win that match going in. I just can't remember.
Well, Hogan won in 90 and 91, right? He
Mhm.
went back to back.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was going to win in 92 because the belt was kind of like nebulous, right? Like what? There's NWA champ? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it felt like Hogan was going to win again because Vince hates heel champions or hated heel champions. New York, WWF, always a babyface territory. It was very kind of shocking that he put it on Flair. Would you agree?
Oh yeah.
But
I
it was
shocked.
great. It was great. What do you think?
Well, I think he put it on Flair knowing he had plans to drop it. He was losing at Mania,
yeah.
regardless. Whether it was Hogan, Savage, Piper, I
Yeah.
think he was dropping it at Mania, regardless.
It was just very weird that it was like Hogan was bigger than the belt at that point.
Yeah.
Like you think that you think Flair and Savage, which was a phenomenal match,
Oh,
would
love
close
it.
the show.
Yeah.
But instead, you get Sid and Hogan.
Well, they knew when they knew Warrior was coming back too. I think they wanted to end the show
with the surprise.
with Warrior and Hogan.
Yeah,
I think 92 was real great because it was almost like a who's who. Like I said earlier, it was like a who's who in the WWF at the time. And you had like 30 chances of somebody being the new world champion, somebody getting the belt another time.
Yeah.
You could have had Warlord as the champ, but
Yeah, even the guys that you knew had no chance, they still looked physically imposing.
Skinner.
Like Warlord, Barbarian, Bulldog. You knew they weren't going to win it, but man, they still looked like $1 million out there.
I remember Ted DiBiase coming out looking pissed because he came out number
He
two.
was number 1 or 2, right?
He was number two. Yeah.
Bulldog, and then
Bulldog was number one.
Bulldog eliminated him because he passes
Yep.
Flair on the way to the ring.
Mhm.
and that was Flair to the finish. Man, that's the greatest Rumble performance in my opinion. Other than Kev, to your point, 2001. They didn't do anything with it, of course, but Kane in 2001.
Oh my God.
What a performance, man!
I like Diesel in '94.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
That was like
Yeah.
his coming out party.
yeah. No, you're right. You're right. And then Yoko won that one, right?
He won 93.
93.
94, that
94?
was the tie between
Yeah.
Luger and
Yeah.
Brett.
Luger and Brett. Yep, you're right about
Oh,
that.
Basham
Yeah,
Luger
Yoko
got
was
sick and
champ.
didn't come out.
So if you're to rank PLEs, would you say obviously number one's WrestleMania? What's number 2? Is it the Rumble or SummerSlam?
I would say I'll probably go with Rumble.
Rumble. What do
I'll
you
go
think?
with
I
Rumble.
agree.
What do you think makes the Rumble like outside of the unpredictability? What do you think or maybe you think that's it? What's the magic of the Royal Rumble?
The unpredictability, the suspense of it, so the surprises.
Yeah.
You know, ain't seen nobody in about a few months
Mhm.
coming back from injury or somebody coming back we ain't seen in a while or
Yeah.
or AEW name or TNA name,
Yeah.
somebody making like when Joe Hendry came out,
Yep.
I lost it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, the setup is just as important as the payoff, and
Yeah.
the Rumble is like your setup. You can reposition almost everybody in that Rumble.
Yeah.
And right now with the crossover appeal, that's making it a whole lot better now.
Yep.
As far as crossover with like TNA.
Yeah.
Yep, with TNA and
AAA.
mhm.
Because now you could get a Vikingo.
Yep.
Mr.
Man.
Iguana.
You could
Mr.
get
Iguana.
you could get a Mr. Iguana. You almost need the Rumble to be 40 man now.
What was the biggest one ever? It was like, oh, was it 50 guys?
It was 40.
40.
I like that one.
Yep.
A lot of people give it a lot of flack because it was just a lot of people at one time, but I liked it.
What did you like most about
Del
that?
Rio won that one.
Yeah,
right?
the real one. I thought Santino was going to win that
Yeah,
one,
he-
but
They had it set up.
yeah,
What was the Saudi Rumble they did though? The biggest
that
Rumble.
was the greatest.
How many was in that one?
Oh, I gotta look.
But see that one they didn't count as canon towards the other Royal Rumbles.
yeah, because all you got was a trophy or something.
Yeah, it was
that.
like its own standalone Rumble.
I want to say Strowman won that one.
yeah,
Braun Strowman.
yeah.
But yeah, the one that they had, the 40 man,
Yeah.
I like that one because it's like everybody got a chance. Even JTG was in the Rumble.
That had
Yeah.
50 people in it. 2018.
2018. Okay, yeah.
But that's not canon because it was in Saudi. Now it would be.
Mhm.
Now it'd be in canon.
Interesting. No, this is kind of the magic of it because even though the match kind of stays the same, they throw like occasionally like that little kink in there,
Mhm.
and it makes it a lot more interesting. Or it's 50 guys.
I'm not a fan of the wasted spots. I'll be honest.
yeah, but it's like clearly a guy.
I'm just not a fan of that.
Or
I show speed. I
Yeah.
had that did nothing for me. Now I get it. That's not for me.
I agree with you.
Like Booker T coming out of the commentary table. That's for me.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I show speed is for the
The
18, 20-year-old kid that's watching.
I like the nostalgia.
Yeah,
surprise,
I just-
like how you
yeah.
said it.
It's ice cream. It's whatever flavor you like.
No, but you're right about that because here's what they tried to accomplish. I call it we'll call it the Kelsey Swift effect.
Yeah.
Like we got a bunch of people that like this dude on the internet. We're gonna throw and to WWE's credit, anytime they use a celebrity, especially in the Royal Rumble, they always do a really good job of not exposing the business.
True.
Like the thing with Drew Carey, hilarious.
Oh my God.
He gets in, he gets stalked by Kane. He literally climbs gingerly. Remember that?
Yeah,
he
he
eliminates
did.
Yes.
himself. Like he didn't make a fool of himself.
he tried to
didn't
offer
expo-
Kane some money.
But do
Yeah.
you think that was a waste of a spot?
It's a waste of a spot, but because
I know that's not for me.
it's not for you, but like with I Show Speed, if you look at the social media views on that
Yes.
thing, it's in the hundreds
they
and
did it
hundreds
for.
of millions.
I guess you got to know how to do it.
Right.
You got to understand the business on how to, take bumps and stuff like that. I like,
yeah, protect yourself.
yeah,
at
you know how
least.
to protect yourself, and you got to know how to do stuff like that. Like if I was to get up in there, I'm like, okay, I know how to take a bump.
Mhm.
I'll go ahead and take a few bumps, and then I like, you know what? I'm through. Y'all can have this. I'll just jump over the top rope and I'm out.
Yeah, because you're a real small guy and you're not intimidated.
I
at all.
mean,
I get told I care too much.
Yeah.
And this is one thing that drives me nuts. So that I Show Speed
what do you
spot.
mean? Why do you care?
Triple
Don't
H,
care.
Tozawa gets beat up. Okay.
Yep.
Triple H looks around and goes, I need somebody. Well, wouldn't there be a dressing room full of extras ready to go?
Exactly.
where he could pop in? Why don't they ever do that where they pop into catering and there's Braun
Otis.
Strowman
Otis.
or Otis or
He's
some
got like
big
a pile
dude.
of zebra cakes.
Yeah, and he's like Otis, like he's got his back to Triple H.
Yep.
And Otis, I need you. Whatever you're doing, stop doing it. Let's go. And Otis is like trying to get rid of the stuff, but then he's like still eating a few.
Yeah. There
And
you go.
he turns around. Now you at least put a wrestler in the ring who's capable,
Yep.
and you accomplish your little comedy spot.
Yep.
But I get it. They want to go viral. They want to get all the nerds on Twitter and all that and InstaFace and all that.
You're right. It's debatable because even though this isn't the Rumble, I look at how like the internet, Mr. Internet Nerds, like. Do you remember how they like all the internet nerds were rioting when Snooki was in like that 6 diva tag?
Right.
Yeah.
But it was huge. Like
It was huge.
it was huge
I loved it.
because and it was 8 minutes, and she did 2 clotheslines, a handspring back elbow, and pinned a person. 8 minutes.
Well, I think they were mad because an actual good female worker got pulled out of the match and was the manager. I forget.
It might have been that, but like
Do you remember?
I think
Somebody
Melina
got
was
pulled
like
out of the match and was like their manager.
it might have been to be fussy about that, but like it's WrestleMania or it's the Rumble. It's one of the big 4. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And WrestleMania, it doesn't matter what anybody says. If you want to talk about tradition, from the very first WrestleMania to now, there's always a celebrity involved in
For sure.
WrestleMania. Every single WrestleMania has a mainstream celebrity either singing the anthem or performing in a match or whatever. That bleeding over into the Rumble just adds legitimacy to WrestleMania season. To me, what do you think? Am I off?
Yeah, it's a big
Oh, yeah.
commercial for WrestleMania,
Right.
so that's why they do it. I
Yeah.
get why they do it. I just don't have to like it.
any other way to
Accurate.
get money in.
Accurate. So what do you think like the tipping point was that made the Rumble? Like, do you think there was a specific Rumble where it clicked and like this is the big one? This is like something to get real hyped about? Because I was doing the research for the show. Some of these pre-Rumble packages, they give me the goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like you got Lesnar squatting in the hallway, like
Oh man,
Mine-
this is the chance.
Mine was 96
Yep.
because that was the first year that everybody got music.
yes.
yeah,
And and that I think was when it really got good because instead of just the walk to the ring and you hear air horns in the crowd and
Yeah.
whatever, they got their actual music. And that's
Yeah.
what that to me would be like, oh, here comes, and you knew right
Yeah.
away, you know.
Mhm.
You hear
But
the tire squeal. Here
Yeah,
comes Razor
or
or
the
whatever.
glass, when the glass broke
Yep.
or whatever. Yeah.
If they tried doing that at the 90 Rumble, but I think they did that with like Marty Jannetty, and then they did that with Snake, and then done.
Yeah, like a lot of guys in that match did not get music,
Yeah,
especially the heels.
it was a lot
Like
of heels that didn't get
Warlord,
music,
Barbarian, Haku, a lot of those guys, they just, here comes all these gassed up heels and none of them have music. Colonel Mustafa marching to the ring like the bushwhacker.
Yeah.
And to me, I think the music is part. I went to the Rumble in St. Louis a couple years ago, and the music makes it
Yep.
when you're counting down on the board, and then all of a sudden, boom! And that was another Dick Ebersol idea. His idea was to put the countdown up on the
Yep.
board.
That's so smart.
Yeah,
Because it's such
and he suggested the air horn or the bullhorn, but then they later changed it to the buzzer,
yeah.
and I think that was
Right.
96 also might
Yeah.
have been.
I think so.
Yeah. So that to me, that was the one that
For a dude who's never been in the wrestling business, he's had so much influence on the wrestling business.
yeah.
He's
What,
never even been on like
what
a
was
position.
what was your one you think where it was like you knew that this was like the pay-per-view to watch? Like what
I
was
want
your
to say 97.
97?
97. That was a nice little Rumble right there. It was held in that huge. What was it? The not Astrodome, but
Were they in the San Antonio
San Antonio?
Is that the one where Austin-
Alamo Dome?
Austin gets
Alamo Dome.
eliminated and cheats?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that was my point too, because that was the first one where Austin was in. Well, not the first one, but he was the
that was
96.
that was his first babyface one.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That was his first babyface one.
Because 96 he wins but cheats to win.
No,
And
96.
No, 96 he got eliminated and he wasn't supposed to.
That's right. Yeah, he was still the
It was
ringmaster.
he was not supposed to get eliminated. He flipped over the rope and then he fell out of the ring. You need to watch it.
I'm gonna have to watch that back.
Yeah, 97 he was a babyface,
Uh-huh.
and 98 he
Was
yeah
because WrestleMania 14 is where he was like that was
Which-
the big baby.
that was 98,
right?
Mhm.
that was 98.
Yeah. All right. We got to go pay some bills. We come back. We're going to get a little bit deeper into the weeds and we're going to talk about what our favorite surprise entries were and why. We'll go pay some bills. We'll see you in a little bit.
Sniffles and sneezes got you down? Go to
right here on 1410 ESPN Radio.
We are card subject to change. Very short break, I might add. Craziness. We are already in the second half of card subject to change. Crazy, right? Talking about the Royal Rumble. And we are sponsored by Toys R Us.
Man, another spot.
Always wanted to be a Toys R Us kid, but kept on having
I don't want to
birthdays.
grow up, but even if I do,
I'd rather be a Toys R Us.
I'd rather
kid.
be at Toys R Us too, or something like that.
Yeah.
It's their little thing.
wanna
Or
be a Toys R Us
even if
kid.
I did.
Well,
I
even if I
I
did,
did
I wouldn't be
a
a Toys R Us kid. More games, more toys. Oh, boy.
Yeah, more fun. There you go.
Oh my God. I always wanted to be a Toys R Us kid, and then I started having birthdays.
Yeah, I
It's
know. And that ruined everything.
Yeah. Like 8 years old, 9.
Well, you can still go to Canada and get your Toys R Us in. They still got them up there.
They do.
Yeah, oh yeah. You can go to brick and mortar Toys R Us right now up there.
We had to make a trip.
You could probably make it to the one up in Windsor it's 7 now. You might be able to make it up there.
So I'll say we're gonna cancel card subject to change real quick. I'm gonna go to Toys R Us in Windsor. Gonna make that long drop, get
Yep.
across that bridge.
Don't tell Ben that. He'll want to stop in Detroit and do a bunch of stuff. He'll be wanting to eat a $200 steak while you're up there.
Hey, this ain't go there and get you some steak real quick.
So 97 Rumble, Austin gets eliminated behind the ref's back.
Right? Yeah,
He
yeah,
slides back in and then he eliminates Brett.
yes.
And then didn't Gorilla Monsoon, was he still commissioner?
I don't think that anybody came out.
Somebody stripped him, maybe Slaughter.
It was Slaughter.
Somebody
yeah.
turned it over and said, no, you do not get your title shot because that was whatever. And then they did some sort of match
Yeah,
and put them all in that match. That's what it was.
yeah.
And
I
then
do remember that
because that ended up being Sid and Taker,
now. Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I was sitting taker.
Yeah.
We got Michael Maxwell in the house.
Michael Maxwell.
Michael, what up? And then Gravimation says, hello. Gravimation, hello. Thank you for joining us.
And then remember Austin fought Brett at that Mania, and that was the blood.
Yeah,
and that was really what made Austin was that
match.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
We're talking about the 97 Rumble.
What a match.
Yeah.
What a match.
The 97 Rumble, that was like a lot of those guys that were from AAA Mexico.
Yeah.
The minis? Were the minis in that one?
No,
On the show.
Was that the Mil Mascaris one or was that 90?
Yeah, that was the Mil
Okay,
Masters one.
where he hits the high cross body to the floor and
Mhm.
eliminates himself.
Yeah, you had like Latin Lovers, Cibernetico,
Yeah.
Piroth.
Yeah. Piroth.
Yeah, Piroth. You had a whole bunch of other people.
I
that
think
was up there,
Piroth
too.
just passed away
Really?
recently.
I didn't know
I
that.
think so.
That's sad.
I think so. We'll have to look.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But before the Rumble of '97, they had a 6-man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Wasn't there like a lucha opener with the minis?
No, that was 98.
98? Yeah.
Yeah, 98 we had the minis. I don't think that opened though, but Sonny was involved with that one.
Yes. She was like the ref, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So let's talk about some Rumble surprises. I put some on the list, but some of them I didn't put in there. Obviously, there's so many Rumble surprises. Kev, what is your favorite like Rumble surprise?
My favorite Rumble surprise had to be when Edge came back.
That's like the number one to
Oh
me.
my God.
That crowd
Yes.
they're hanging. We go banana. They're hanging from the rafters.
Yes.
Because the backstory to that, folks, is Edge had to retire 10 years previous to that. He was out of the business for 10 years. He had broken his neck. He had to have it fused in multiple places. Doctor said you can never wrestle again. If you take one wrong bump, you're going to be in a wheelchair and you're not going to be a paraplegic. You're going to be a quadriplegic. Like you won't be able to move anything. But he had rehabilitated and had more procedures done and got the green light to go back in the ring. When first of all, Edge has easily a top 5 wrestling theme song of all time.
Oh, no doubt.
Metalingus is one of the best wrestling themes ever.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my Durango.
You want to talk about the commercial crossovers? Yeah.
I still work out to that
That's
song.
not a bad song.
It's
But
not, I
they
just-
just slapped it on him to sell that album, didn't they?
sure did.
Right? Like
He made it work.
It fit him. It fit him
And
at the
as
time.
soon as the contract was up, like you went back to this old.
Yep.
You think you know me?
Yep.
Yeah.
But like that was a huge Rumble moment, a huge Rumble surprise, and the crowd was ready for it.
You talk about something that'll make a grown man cry.
There were people crying. Remember?
Oh my- yeah.
They were painting the crowd. There's people like jumping up and down and crying.
Yeah.
And Edge is crying through his entrance
Mhm.
because it was such a miraculous recovery from that injury. That's easily like that's to me is the number one Rumble surprise. But let's talk about some other ones. Sarge, what's your favorite Rumble surprise?
That Cena comeback where he wasn't even supposed to be anywhere
Yeah, I
near
remember
ready.
that.
That's
and
another one.
I mean, I was at a B-Dubs watching that,
Yep.
and it was me and Ron, and then a couple of my kids I coached at the
Yep.
time in junior high. They came, met
Yeah.
me over there, and we were all just having a good time. We were like, whoever wins, wins. Here comes Cena. And the mood in the whole place, everybody stopped. I mean, we were playing with the claw machine. We're eating. When we heard Cena, we all stopped what we were doing and watched.
That's the second best Rumble to me. 2008.
Yeah, I
Because
like
it
that one
starts
too.
with Undertaker and HBK, and the hits just keep coming. They do a good job with the comedy stuff with Hornswoggle.
Yep.
That was really good, and they had a lot of really good stuff there. I think one that's overlooked now and it's forgotten about is that was how they debuted AJ Styles
Oh, and
in,
the
2016. When
Yeah.
that,
Mhm.
when that music started, first of all, I hate the music. You like it?
You don't like it? They don't want.
I think it's good, but it has
I
to be
love
more energetic. Like when it first starts and it's like the church organ,
Yeah,
it's kind
yeah.
of like, what is this?
I thought.
And then you get into it, and then it's all right, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But
It-
everybody else
I
has
get
a
it.
big-
It needs a
go
little
ahead.
bit more pace.
Yeah, it needs that Pavlovian response when it first starts, where the crowd's like, "Oh yeah," not the church organ for the funeral.
I
But
thought it was like somebody was playing DMX.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
yeah,
I'm like, okay, this is weird.
I remember. Then the words "phenomenal" just pop up on the screen.
Yeah,
and,
yep.
and then it clicks with the audience, and they just lose it, man.
That rumbles for the belt, right?
Yeah, it was
Yes.
for the belt.
Yeah, that's a good rumble.
yeah.
Kind of
20
underrated.
2016, I think another underrated one that flies under because it was the pandemic rumble was 2021, and
Mhm.
Christian had been out
Yep.
for
Yeah,
4
yeah.
years
Yeah.
injured, and that was his comeback. And then watching him and Edge run their tag comeback in
Yep.
the ring together and hug
Yeah.
each other. That was such a good moment for the fans. I know it kind of sucked because they were at the NXT and it was the flat screen TVs,
Oh yeah,
Remember that? People
Yeah.
are virtually watching the Rumble
yeah.
and they're piping in the crowd noise. Weird,
The
but that was
Thunderdome.
good. The
That was the
Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Yep, that was good. 2011 was good too. Here's what gets me about 2011. Outside of Hulk Hogan, the internet mark, the number 2 dude they hate. I hate Kevin Nash so much. They hate Kevin Nash.
That's the 40 man.
Yeah, you go back and watch 2011. As soon as the Diesel horn hits,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
crowd also
He
hanging
looked-
from the rafters.
He looked awesome.
He
He
did.
looked great. He came out with the glove and he's
Hair
tightening
in
it
the
up.
ponytail.
Yep,
right.
yep. It was classic Diesel. And when he gets eliminated, the crowd boo. Like
Yeah.
it was awful.
Booker came back in that one.
That one too. That was really good too. And he's another guy with a really good theme song. For the when it's the Booker T Harlem Heat theme.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the King Booker theme's good, it fits, but that yes. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah.
That's so good.
You know what King Booker's name, you know what the name of that song was?
What?
It was called Dead White Guys.
The Harlem Heat music.
No.
Or
The
the-
King Booker.
Interesting.
Dead white guys.
Interesting.
It was
love-
called Dead White
No wonder he called Hogan out like that.
Guys.
We coming for you, Hogan.
Man.
Right. He said, you know good and well they didn't say that.
The sweetest part of that is when Sherry like smiles at him and like
Right.
pats him on the back.
Yeah.
It's okay.
What
I said that
about
word, too.
when China was in the Rumble?
That was good.
Yeah, I was good too.
That
Big
wasn't
reaction.
a surprise, but
Big
I mean,
reaction.
99.
big reaction.
Well, people it's so long ago, but at the time she was a regular competitor with the men.
Yeah.
Like not only did she won the Intercontinental belt, but like that wasn't a gimmick. Like she was a regular competitor.
You know, they wanted her to win that.
the Rumble.
They wanted her to win it, and they wanted her to win the title.
Yeah, I remember that.
Why not do that with her?
Austin said, "Nope."
Wouldn't job to her?
He said, "I can't do that." Ain't working for me.
Well, according to the internet, Austin's pretty good at going over on the ladies in a match. But whatever. 2018, Rey Mysterio's big return. He was gone for 5 years at that point with all the surgeries.
Mhm.
That was a big reaction. The Diesel one is the one that gets me the most, though, man. But how about here's one that I love, and I just saw her in was it Muscle and Fitness? Trish Stratus. I think she sleeps in a Ziploc bag.
To protect herself,
Yes,
so
she
she
does.
just doesn't age.
She does. Sounds creepy. I don't care. I look at her face and I try to find like age lines.
Ain't none.
Nothing.
Not
none.
unless
Nothing.
it's like up close, you can see it.
Yeah.
because I met her a couple times
You
up close,
did.
and you could tell. But if you're just looking at her picture
Yeah.
or her coming out on TV,
Yeah.
you can't tell.
She looks
makeup.
maybe 28 years old and she's 53.
Yes.
50 something.
56. She's in her 50s. Still got the abs, still has the muscle tone, still has the muscle mass.
Her
She-
and Lita.
Yeah.
They never age.
Incredible. What do you guys think they're doing? I don't know. Wheaties,
Good skin
I
product.
was about to say
Flintstones chewables,
Yes.
Flintstone chewables
Yeah.
and
Magnesium.
contraptions.
magnesium, yeah, contraptions. No, but they look
What about
just absolutely
Beth Phoenix
fantastic.
was in the men's rumble, right?
She was in the men's. She's
And-
actually my favorite elimination. Is when
Oh,
she,
yeah.
when
already
Kali
know,
grabs
yeah.
her and goes to choke slam her to the floor, and she kisses him.
yeah.
She kisses Great Kali and drags him over the top
Yeah,
rope
that was funny.
and eliminates him and rolls back in.
Didn't
That-
somebody knock her out of the ring right after that?
yes,
Yep.
Okay.
that was the Rumble where I think they really started to catapult CM Punk because
Oh,
he would eliminate somebody and then he cut like a 30-second promo.
Yeah, he'd sit up and do the Austin.
Yeah,
where he was checking the
right.
time.
he had Deeb and Festus,
Yeah.
Straight Edge Society,
Yeah.
when they shave their heads.
Yep.
So
Serena.
he had that was, I think, the beginning of the big main event push for him. Would you agree
Yeah.
with that?
Oh yeah.
And then I like the occasional RVD cameo. You
Yeah, I
see,
do
after he
too.
wasn't a regular
See,
guy.
that's my point. If you're going to give a spot to somebody, let them at least be able to wrestle.
right.
Like Diesel, that was perfect.
Yes.
Booker,
Huge pop.
perfect. Even
Mhm.
Lawler coming out of commentary.
Yeah,
At
that
least
was
he
good.
can go in and wrestle.
Yeah, he
Right.
could punch, kick, throw a drop kick, get
Yeah.
eliminated, and not die.
Now, Michael Cole, they had him do the one because he
Yeah.
was going to have that match at Mania.
Yes,
Sure did.
That's why
Yeah.
they did that one.
that was pretty good.
One year it was a Titus O'Neil botch because they tried to do the whole Warlord
Mhm.
1 second gimmick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but they messed up on that one.
Is that the one where he baseball slid under the ring?
That was the greatest Royal Rumble.
yeah,
That was
greatest
solid.
Royal Rumble. The
He's lucky he didn't die.
Oh my god, I saw that.
That
I'm
was
like,
so
whoa.
So Titus O'Neil was an okay wrestler, very great guy, still a great ambassador for professional wrestling, still works there.
Mhm.
I really liked when he hosted WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan. I thought he did a wonderful job at that.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
He was really good. But in the Rumble, he takes off in a full sprint as fast as he can down the ramp. Well, the demarcation point between the metal ramp and the black mat, he trips on it, folks, and he baseball slides all the way underneath the ring. And
Yep.
folks, let me tell you something. There's stuff under the ring.
Yep.
There's cables, there's tools, there's extra ropes,
sometimes
there's ladders.
sometimes there's that middle post. and
Yes.
if there would have been that middle post, he'd have
Dead.
been, he'd have been done.
Dead.
Dunzo.
Dead.
Yeah.
They would have had to scrape him up.
Luckily, they had the LED board gimmick,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
and that saved him.
Unbelievable. It's hilarious. Definitely worth a Google. It's funny only because he didn't die.
It's up there with Shockmaster.
Yeah.
Oh my
It
god.
It's
really
so
is.
good. It's hysterical.
You talk about funny eliminations. Santino. was
Yeah.
the funniest.
Which one?
The quick one.
Yeah, the quick one when he came
In
in.
2008?
Kane
Yeah.
get him.
I wasn't ready.
Was it
I wasn't-
Kane?
Yeah, that was Kane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that's that one. In 2008, he's the third guy. One is Undertaker, two is Shawn. He's the third guy.
Yeah.
He starts
okay, yep.
flexing and he gets the super kick, and then Undertaker just guides him over the top
Right.
rope to the floor.
And then they resume what they were
They
doing.
resume with their
Right.
match. He was in there maybe all of 10 seconds, if that.
Hurricane did the same thing
Yep.
at one World War II with it was him, Stone Cold, and Triple H.
So good.
What about was it Daniel Pewter
Oh yeah, yep.
that hit the ring and
2005.
Benoit, Eddie, Hardcore Holly,
They ate him
they
alive.
wore him out.
Oh my God. You talk
So
about Chop
yeah,
City.
we'll talk about it. Daniel Pewter was a legit shooter guy. Okay. He's a legitimate fighter. He was an MMA guy. I think now he runs an MMA school out west in Colorado. But so he thought he was kind of cock of the walk, like
Yeah.
I got this wrestling thing. And like the most legitimate guys in the company at that time were Benoit, Angle, and Hardcore Holly,
And Shelton Benjamin.
And Shelton Benjamin. I don't think if they were doing Brawl for
Well,
All, a
Brock
shoot
was
fight,
there too, though.
Yeah, Brock. If there was like a shoot fight, I honestly, if you were, Bob Holly's going to fight Brock Lesnar for real, I'd say it's a toss up.
Yeah,
Bob
it'd be hard-
Holly's a tough.
it'd be hard to bet against Bob
Bro-
Holly.
You
Oh
wouldn't.
my God.
Bob Holly's like a legitimate tough guy, and man, they pulled him apart like saltwater taffy.
Man,
They
oh
were
my
chopping
God.
him, stretching him out.
As soon as they did the Alabama Slam and then
Yep.
that toss over, I'm like, oh yeah,
Yep,
you're done.
wrap it up. And he's real tough shooter guy. All right, we come back. We're going to talk about the somewhat new Women's Rumble. We'll see you in a little bit.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is,
Back to life.
We are card subject to change. I'm Big Kev. He's Ben Cameron. We have
Do it.
the Battle of the Borders World Heavyweight Champion, Saul Oh, Jen Ledbetter.
You guys are dressed cool. I look like a youth pastor right now.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, where's your kid? When's
I usually wear like wrestling.
about to say,
thing.
you
I'm
do have
wearing I don't know. I just got a 313 shirt on under this.
There you go.
Keep it close to the heart,
Three
Yeah.
one, a 313 youth
oh,
pastor.
what's that? 3-1. What's that?
Oh,
is that a
look at
yeet?
that.
Is that a yeet shirt?
No, it's not. It's yeet. It kind of looks like yeet though, upside down. I don't know.
That's one word.
So, when did the women's rumble start, Kev? Was
I
it
wanna
2 or 3 years
say-
ago?
18.
It's more than 2 or 3. You're right. It's
Yeah,
closer to
about
like
18.
8 or 9.
It was 18, wasn't it?
Yeah, because
Yeah, it was
who
18.
won the first one, Charlotte or Asuka?
It might have been part of Asuka's undefeated streak.
Might have been.
And then, yes, because she wrestled Charlotte for the belt at WrestleMania, and that was Asuka's first loss, and that match was baller.
I watched them at a house show.
Yep. Burn it down.
Man, it was so good. It was at one of those Starcade shows they would do in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
I think it's impossible, and I know I say this a lot. All the Japanese girls on the WWE roster right now are like perfect in the ring.
True story.
I can't think of like I say, it's impossible for Io Sky to have a bad match.
Kari Sane's not very good.
You don't like Kari Sane?
No. She'll hurt you.
She is a little stiff.
Not just that. She her
does the pirate
body
gimmick,
goes, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know where she's gonna
Yeah.
be.
She's very like
2, 3 girls have torn their ACL because of her.
that's awful.
What was that? What was his name?
The one that just a couple months ago worked her
Yeah.
and tore her ACL.
Mm-hmm. I know who you're talking about. She was on like Monday Night Raw. She
Yeah.
hurt her knee.
Yep.
Zoe Stark.
Zoe Starks. Yeah.
Didn't they release her?
No,
No,
she's got a
she's
torn
still-
ACL.
She's with
You talk about
Team
Ivy
American,
Nile.
Ivy Nile.
Ivy
Ivy-
Niles with the Alpha
I love
Academy
her.
or whatever. Not
I
Alpha
love-
Academy. They got a different name
Yeah,
now.
American Alpha or something like that.
No, the Alpha Academy now is Tozawa, Otis, and
Yeah.
Maxine. They're like the baby face.
Ivy Nile's so good.
She is.
I don't know why she's not like
she wrestled a couple weeks ago. It was all right.
the thing. But the women's rumble,
Asuka won it.
Asuka
Yeah,
won it.
and that was the same night that Ronda Rousey debuted.
Oh yeah. Re-debuted because remember didn't she have that tag match with Triple H and
Yes.
Stephanie versus
Yep.
But that was like the attraction one-off.
Yes.
That debut was like her being part of the regular
Yes.
roster. But anyways, the women's rumble, in my opinion, it has very quickly captured the magic of the men's rumble
True story.
as a significant piece of storytelling by using a lot of the same devices. I don't think this was last year, but I think it was the year before that where Melina was like one of the first ones out and her
Yeah.
comeback. And man, like the nostalgia, right? The crowd
Mhm.
was loving it. She looked great. She looked exactly the same. She had the feather dance and all that kind of stuff with the peacock feather fans.
Yeah, yep.
People were loving it, man. And the crossover, because we talk about Joe Hendry, but we didn't remember Jordan Grace was the first cross. That was opening the forbidden door, right?
Jordan Grace and Mickey James.
They were the first TNA talents to cross over and be.
They let Mickey James have the belt with her too.
Yeah.
And she came
That
out
was
to
the
Hardcore
show. That
Country.
was the one I was at. That
Oh, it was.
What was it like in the crowd when Mickey James music hit?
It was stooged off.
Yeah.
A lot of people knew,
Yeah.
so we kind of was waiting for it, but we didn't know she was going to come out with the belt,
Yep.
with the graphic and everything. But she got a big pop.
I bet.
Man, Mickey James
Yeah.
at Expo one year, man. She's real cool.
Yeah, she got a big pop.
And like it was crazy because I always hold this to my heart because meeting Mickey James, I'm like, oh wow, this is real dope.
Mhm.
I'm about to take a picture with her. She's like, hold on, let me go ahead and stretch myself. And I'm like, hey, you go right ahead. I did just like this. You go right ahead. Your husband is over here. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
You
Hands
go
up.
right ahead. And she hit me in my stomach so hard. She was like, stop it. I'm like, hey.
You know something interesting about that 2018 Rumble that I forgot? First time ever, probably the only time this will ever happen. 2 Asians won the Rumbles. Shinsuke and
Yeah,
Asuka.
Nakamura won that.
Story, yeah,
That's
yep.
interesting. I
That is
don't-
interesting.
Now, you know why they went with Shinsuke? He beat Roman. Remember,
Yeah.
that was that they were doing that because the internet was so anti-Roman at that time.
Yes.
Yep.
They were like, we are definitely, Basement Mark was probably going nuts, loving that.
I can't believe it.
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke won the
Yeah.
Rumble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that the same year WrestleMania when it was Undertaker and Roman, and then the next night Roman came out?
Maybe the Suffering Succotash promo.
No. That was when he came
worst.
out. Yeah, when he came out to the moves.
It might have been. I know they did the match where they teamed.
They hated
Yeah.
him for a long time. A long time.
Well, that's why they put Shinsuke over on him, because I think they knew that if he would have won that match, they'd have melted that building down.
yeah. You're probably right.
Oscar
about that.
eliminated Nikki Bella in that one. That was like
Nikki
the end
Bella.
of her first run.
Yeah.
Nikki Bella.
I think she looks phenomenal.
She does.
She's like put on weight, like
You know who
muscle.
she's with, right? Did you see what NFL player she's with?
Cooper
Cooper
DeJean.
DeJean from
one of the there's two white cornerbacks,
yes.
two white DBs in the entire NFL. Both of them play for Philly. So she's with Cooper or the other one?
Well,
Cooper.
Cooper. But now here's what's interesting. I see fans commenting on, like you'll see a post about it. They comment that Cooper is dating one of the male players on the team also.
What?
I'm just throwing that out there. We
So
don't need to
Cooper's
go
with-
into details
so
about
Cooper's
that.
with Nikki Bella,
Supposedly.
and he's also dating
That's
a
what,
teammate.
and that's what this guy was saying. He was like, how's that work? Being he's with this guy.
That's an Orlando Jordan type
Yes.
situation.
So keep an eye on that, and we'll see what team he chooses, I guess.
Isn't
Things
it
to make
crazy
you go,
that two white DBs play for Philly?
Hey, that's some.
There's just two of them in the
Yeah.
whole league. Did you see the clip where one of the wide receivers called the other guy Cooper, and he's like, "No, I'm the other one." And he's like,
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
all you guys look the same to me.
That's funny.
So good. But it is hilarious. But the women's rumble, like, it really has kind of taken on a life of its own as its own entity. Obviously, the big stars get the big pops: Charlotte, Rhea, Bianca. Let me ask you guys this. I think they've like, if you remember, like the first time they started taking women over to the Saudi, they wrestled in a hijab, and
Yeah,
they
they
wrestled
did.
in full bodysuits.
Yeah.
Now they've relaxed that a little bit.
Each time.
They've still got, they can show their hair, but they still have to wear neck to toe cover. Their hands can be out, but they still have to wear like neckline to toe. What do you guys think the Rumble's going to look like this year? Is it going to be, do you think?
They'll have to all have the outfits.
All
Yeah.
gonna have the outfits.
I
They
mean,
gonna
it
be
is what
hot.
it is.
They gonna be sweating.
And
Somebody
then,
gonna
and then
pass out.
Bianca's going to return and win it, and that'll be.
Do you
a
think
wrap.
that'll be the finish?
Yeah, I think that'll be it.
Bianca back. What do
Bianca
you
and
think?
Jade, they'll
Yeah.
reignite that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Jade with the Storm outfit over there.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
it's-
baller.
I think Jade will really go full heel.
Do you think she's good as a heel? Let's still sidebar for a minute. I firmly believe if she learns how to have a passable match, she'll be their next Hogan.
I love her. as a
People
heel.
look at me like I'm crazy. You got to roll your eyes.
I know. I'm going to tell you my theory on this.
Okay.
No matter what she does, people do not think she's good. She has the stigma. Nikki Bella has the same stigma.
Why though?
I'm just telling you what I hear.
I see Nikki have like good, like her match with
I-
Stephanie Vaquer. I liked it.
well
I did
aware.
too.
I thought it was good.
Yeah.
I run a wrestling shop on the weekends.
Yeah.
I have thousands of wrestling fans come in.
Mhm.
I hear the same exact thing. Omos can't wrestle. I know. Don't get mad. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Nikki Bella can't wrestle.
Yeah, Nia Jax.
Nia Jax can't wrestle, and Jade Cargill can't wrestle. These are the common things I hear. Now, is this like the Mandela effect where you hear it so often it becomes true? I don't know.
No,
But like, this is where I get mad at Basement Mark. Because what are you supposed to do when you're the great Khali and you're 7 feet 4 inches tall
Yeah.
and 500 pounds and you have to duct tape your knees just so you can stand up? He's an attraction.
yes.
He's not going to be out there doing Guerrero rolls and bridging German suplexes.
You expect him to do the 619 every day?
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Huh?
He's in that Rumble match. He gets eliminated early on a triple team, but he makes the Undertaker look like an average dude
Yeah.
standing next to the Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
The Undertaker is 7 feet tall and 400 pounds. And Khali makes him look like a guy folding pants at the Gap or whatever. It's like that's how big he is. But it's the same thing with Nikki Bella. They can't help the Johnny Ace effect. It's the
Right.
same thing with Kelly Kelly.
Right.
You can't help the fact that you're hot. Johnny Ace gets the Fredericks of Hollywood catalog, and you're there in your bikini, and then he calls your agent, and next thing you know, you're making $500,000 a year to be on TV.
Oh, by the way, we need to train you.
Yeah. P.S. You have
Yeah.
to learn how to wrestle
But
at some
back
point.
to your Jade Cargill original question. Do I think she's better as a heel? Yes, only because if they're not going to like her,
Yeah.
you might as well go ahead and just flip her, because now at least they're going to boo her anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So you might as well go with it.
I get that. What do you think, Kev?
I like Jade Cargill as a heel because you can't come out to the presentation. You got that body.
She
And
doesn't look like a
being-
real person.
She can cut a
Yeah.
promo too.
She can talk.
Yeah, she got a
Oh
promo.
yeah.
Yeah.
But she's better as a heel because her attitude suits her better as a heel. You know, she's kind of got that cocky attitude. Oh man, I can do this better than you
Yeah.
type of ordeal. That's heel to
She
me.
knows she looks better than everybody.
Yeah.
So it's hard for her to water her own self down.
Yeah.
So just roll with it.
Because I like to eat
It's
kale.
like Chris Masters was never going to be a babyface. I know it in our minds. We think, oh, he could be a babyface. No, he can't. You can't call yourself the masterpiece and be a babyface.
What a wonderful, if he would have had the seasoning he has now back then.
Oh man. Oh man.
I loved that intro.
I did
the
too.
posing routine with the cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was like how they should have done Lex Luger. Like the Lex Luger narcissist thing.
Well, he had the
Yes.
mirrors. He had the mirrors. Remember?
Right. They were so corny, but the music, like the Olympia music.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, unbelievable.
And then they switched it up. He came out to some fast-paced song and just
Oh, when he was a babyface.
yeah, it was him and Eve Torres teamed up
Man.
and they switched up off everything. I'm like, come on, y'all, really?
Some
Who do you-
characters just don't work as,
Don't work.
No.
as baby faces.
Who do you think is going to be the surprise in Saudi Arabia for the women, or you think they're not going to have a surprise at all? Trish? For the women?
No, for the men.
We'll get
Oh,
into
okay,
that,
yeah,
man.
for
I told you my
It'll be
surprise
Jericho.
for the
It'll be
women.
Jericho.
I told you my women's surprise
Who's
is
your
gonna-
women's surprise?
Bianca's returning.
Bianca. What do you think, Kev?
Either Bianca returning or you probably get Trish or Lita.
Okay, I can see that. But is that a
Or
big
they're
surprise?
always a
they're
go-
always on TV.
There's
though.
always a go-to there if they wanted. Long shot, dark horse for me. Return Brie Bella.
I can see that too.
Yeah, because she's not wrestling in
No.
AEW. She's just married to the guy.
Yeah,
Either her or
she could catch
Medusa.
Payday.
Huh?
Medusa, that's interesting.
That is interesting, only because she's still in phenomenal shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
She looks really good.
She could wear the Lunder Blaze outfit
Yeah.
probably and pull it off too.
Mhm.
She's what, 70 now?
No, I
Close
don't
to
think she's 70.
She's definitely
She's
in
in
her
her
60s.
60s. She's at Expo, Kev. Do you see she got announced?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you guys will have to get her
She was there a
autograph.
couple years ago.
You'll have to get her autograph. for me.
So she came over to me and I had two of her figures on the table. And she goes,
61.
I want those.
61, okay.
She goes, I want those figures. What do I got to give you for them? I said, okay. All I want is just give me back some autograph pictures and you can have the figures. I don't care. Just give me back enough to cover it. I said, and you got to take a picture with Richard, my partner. You know, Richard.
Yeah, yeah.
So I didn't tell Richard. Next thing you know, she goes, him, okay. And she just goes behind the table and just grabs Richard in like a headlock and says, all right, quick, take the picture. He had no clue what was going on. He was trembling in fear because she pulled his head right there to her chest. He had no idea what was going on. It was great.
That's good.
But she came back over. She gave me a stack of she had like 5 of each picture.
She
and
signed them?
Oh, I signed every one of them, came back over and dropped them off to me. She said, thank you very much.
should have had her cut a
Wow.
promo for the shop.
That would have been awesome. Yeah.
You should have had her cut a promo in the shop.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
But that's really cool. But she's in really good shape.
Yeah.
Is she still driving the monster trucks?
She has
think so.
she's part of the team.
Okay.
She doesn't drive though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She has the Medusa truck and
Yep.
she's hands on with it. but no, does not drive anymore. I don't think.
Interesting.
Trains the other drivers though.
She looks phenomenal. She could definitely be in there. Molly Holly,
I can see Mala Holly doing something.
you know who might be a babyface if they got old Tina Ferrari Ivory out there with the right to censor.
That'd be awesome.
She looks good still too.
Yeah, she
I saw
does.
her on a Glow retrospective. She looks really good.
I met Jacqueline at
She'd
at
be a
a
good one
show.
too.
Yeah, she'd be a good
and
one.
she looked like she could still mix it up. She was older, but I mean,
She's also in her 60s
Yeah.
though too, right?
I
Like,
met her at Expo too. She real cool.
yeah, I met her at Expo. Then I met her again at that. Remember, I told you I went and worked with Big Show
yeah.
on that, and she was there.
There's a lot of potential for some pretty good surprises there with the women. Do you think that we see a debut of a Britt Baker?
Interesting. She's not doing anything. She's been working with DDP. You know that, right? DDP
saw
said
she was
he's got
done
her
that.
right.
Like, she always looked good, but I don't know. Like her number one thing that captivated me was her and Thunder Rosa.
Yeah.
Like when
Yeah.
AEW first started, that was like a women's feud where they went so hard at each other. I was like, I've never seen this before. Thunder Rosa's getting busted open with knucks and
You know
everything.
that, well,
like
they
that.
shoot hate each other.
Okay, well maybe that's what made it so
What
good.
made it so good.
Oh,
was
yeah.
that they were just peppering each other
Yeah,
up.
They do not like each other.
But that was really compelling television to me. I thought that was some better than 90% of what the guys were doing, especially when it was like they were just like the C4 match or whatever when the C4 didn't go
The
off.
explosion match.
Shane told me, so he went to AEW. He was hanging out backstage, and Britt Baker's from Pittsburgh
Uh-huh.
also, and they had a match,
Mhm.
and then he goes, "Hey, that match was ridiculous," and she looked right at him and goes, "That's because I don't like her." Like as a shoot, told him that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe a Britt
Yeah.
Baker. All right, Britt Baker it is.
What about
folks.
Tessa Blanchard?
maybe Tessa Blanchard?
I mean, what are they doing with her?
Nothing, and she's part of TNA, and she's got a bunch of heat already because everybody thinks she's an avowed racist, backstabbing, whatever.
But they were brave enough to bring her back.
It's working though
Yeah,
because
it is working.
they hate her,
Yes.
like really hate her. We got to pay some bills. We come back, we're gonna wrap it up. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
Texting
Tessa
enrolls you in a
Blanchard.
recurring
You
automated
know what I
marketing
would
text
do if
messages.
I
Consent
was-
not required to purchase.
if I-
Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football.
Radio.
Like when I got my Nugenics and creatine flowing, I just feel good.
We are card subject to change. And you know it's dinner time. Everybody's trying to get their eat on for right now.
Yeah.
So we are sponsored by one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Ryan's Family Steakhouse.
I thought you were going to say Dinty Moore beef stew for some reason.
Dinty.
Remember Dinty Moore?
Oh,
Is that
yes,
still a
I
thing?
remember that
Are they still in
too.
business?
I don't think they are.
They used to have just huge chunks.
That would
of
always
meat.
be a nice
they
prize on like Pressure Luck or,
Yeah. Pressure
Luck.
or Hollywood Squares.
They had something like that on Price is Right sometime too.
Yeah, they would. The big can of Denny Moore beef stew. Tell them what they
Yeah.
win. Yeah, Ryan's Steakhouse. Did you ever go to one of those, Ben? Or was that?
No, I don't know. There wasn't a Ryan's.
We went to the one in Middletown. That was the one where we
Was
would
it good?
go. It was all. Yeah, it was all right. I
From
liked
what I
Ponderosa a
understand-
little better.
Back in the
Oh,
day,
yeah.
Middletown, like in the late 90s, was popping off.
Oh, 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah.
Like Middletown
That
was like
mall
the
area.
place to go.
That mall area was booming. That
Yeah.
mall was lit. They'd have card shows. That movie theater was the spot, and then it just slowly stuff started moving north and south from there.
Yeah.
You remember Americana?
Oh yeah,
Oh man, loved it.
yeah.
Loved it.
So they had a gimmick restaurant. I don't know if it was similar to Ryan's, but it was like an Appalachian theme restaurant called Po Folks. Kev, do you remember Po Folks? Or do you ever go to
Vaguely.
Where was
Po
that at?
Folks? It's in Detroit. It was on Gratiot and 12 Mile. And it was like, it was so good. It was like just country cooking. It was like biscuits and gravy,
Yeah.
fried chicken. And that, you know, it would be like going into like, imagine like if Cracker Barrel was and Pee-wee's Playhouse like came together.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
it was like,
wow.
you know what I mean? It had like all
Yeah.
those crazy
Farmhouse
tchotchkes on
kitchen and the
wall,
whole
but it was
deal. I
all
love it.
super colorful
Yeah.
and like popping off it. And you get like you're drinking a mason jar.
Was there
Like-
only one of these locations?
There were a couple of them around
Oh,
Metro
okay.
Detroit, but
Okay.
they closed down. But it was like a gimmick place where it was like they had really good fried chicken, but they would serve you like the home like green beans with bacon in it, like
Yeah.
with bacon on the
Mm.
rind in it.
Yeah.
you know,
There used to
stuff
be
like
a
that.
place in Waynesville, Kev. Did you ever go to the Der Dutchman?
Yes. Yeah.
That place was like what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, best fried chicken around, fresh made pastries, everything.
That was what it was.
Yeah.
There
Good
was it's a spot in Fredericktown that we all probably need to go to. It's
What's that?
called Homestead Family Restaurant.
Okay.
I saw a review on there. It said they got like a 5-pound pancake.
Whoa.
It's a lot of pancake.
It's a lot of pancake, and I'm up for the challenge.
Pancake.
5-pound pancake.
It's
I
like
think probably looks like a birthday cake.
Took
Yeah.
took us back up to the house, served us pancakes. Wrong.
wrong.
Challenge them, right? Make sure your peoples is there.
Shoot the J. Shoot it.
Kev,
J. You.
let's talk about, let's wrap it up in this final segment.
Wrap it up.
2 questions for you.
Uh-huh.
Give me who, in your opinion, got over the most because of the Royal Rumble first. And second,
Mm-hmm.
who should they have used the Royal Rumble to get over? Who should have been a big winner or a big performer and let the Rumble springboard them to the next level?
Okay. You said the first one was
Who do you think got over the most,
Who do you
and then
think
who
got-
should have?
who got over the most of the Rumble. I want to say who got over the most.
It's a tough question, actually.
That is a tough question.
That's why I picked it.
That's pretty
What you
good.
think?
Pretty sneaky.
You could pass while you're thinking. I
Yeah.
have one.
You got one.
You got
it's,
one?
It's an obvious one, but it has to be mentioned, and we've already talked about it, and that's Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an easy one.
And
I
then-
got a different one, but you
And
go
then
ahead.
before that, I think when we've talked about it, but when Flair came to the company, nobody knew who he was.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
and I think that got him over huge.
No, I think you're right. Austin and Flair definitely got over.
Yeah.
The
because
series
Royal
of
Rumble.
the series of the suspense of Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
Who's
people
this
didn't
guy?
know who he was.
Right.
I'm the perfect example of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Detroit was big time wrestling,
Yeah.
big time sold to WWF. I had no idea who Ric Flair was before he was on WWF television. Living in Detroit, I was completely cut off. That's why Cincinnati, Southern Ohio, is one of the best wrestling places in the entire world because you guys got everything. You got
Yeah.
AWA, you got NWA, you got World Class, you got Crockett, you had
Mid-South.
I think the only thing that Cincinnati missed out on was the Florida stuff, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that would
But all the Mid-Atlantic, Jim Crockett Promotions,
Mhm.
and Mid-South
Yep.
all came through Cincinnati.
World Class too. Well, World Class wasn't, but World Class TV was in Cincinnati.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So
Absolutely. It was on ESPN.
you got all those. I literally, the only wrestling I knew existed was WWF.
What was on your
Wow.
local TV in Detroit? That's what I'm wondering because we
Superstars on Saturday morning.
So, yes,
outside of WWF, what
That's
did you
it.
get? Really?
That's it.
so that's all you had.
That's amazing.
That's all you had. So you had Superstars and Wrestling Challenge.
There was that. Yep. And then Saturday night's main event.
But that was
But-
national.
If you guys, and I know you didn't live in Detroit, but like, you don't understand like what WrestleMania 3 did for the city of Detroit.
I bet.
Like that took wrestling from being like, okay, that's a TV thing to like, I mean, I didn't go. My friend Laura, one of my best friends, Laura, went when she was, a kid, and she said she couldn't hear right for like 4 days
I bet.
after WrestleMania 3 because it was so loud, and she was up in the upper bowl, so she's like Andre and Hogan looked like little dots.
Yeah.
It was so many. There was like I don't know if there was 100,000, but it was over. I mean, just the bowl. You remember the Silver Dome?
Yeah.
Just the upper lower decks at 84.
Wow.
That means little Lord Littlebrook probably looked like
Right.
a little skittle down there.
You're watching most of the show on the end zone and
Yeah.
the drop down.
But
Because-
I heard a story about that. The WrestleMania 3.
What's that?
They were trying to have those screens come down. The
Yep.
screens came down,
Mhm.
but they were hoping for rain.
Yep.
And the dome that they had, that the
Mhm.
Silver Dome had, it was like super light
Mhm.
that you couldn't see the TVs.
Mhm.
So what they were trying to do, they were trying to put tarps on
Yep.
top of the dome, but they couldn't do it. And
It's too big.
yeah, it was too huge. And Vince was like, "Hey, just go ahead and pray for rain," and nothing ended up happening. They just had to.
You couldn't see the
Use that
screens
screen.
until like halfway through the show when the
Yeah.
sun started to set.
Mm-hmm. I
But-
think it started like 4 or something like that. 4
Yeah.
o'clock.
Mhm.
So what
Oh.
ESPN? You didn't get Global Wrestling
Nope.
or AWA or
I'll tell
anything?
you what I did get was Glow.
Okay.
Gorgeous
did get
Ladies of
Glow,
Wrestling.
okay.
Yeah, that at least you got that. I mean, that's something different than watching
Yeah.
traditional WWE. I can't believe they didn't have a WCW.
Nope.
Like the main event on Sunday nights at 6:05. Man,
It was
that's crazy.
straight WWF across the board.
What about the once they switched over to full blown WCW and they did WCW Saturday Night on TBS
Well, when they got
in
when
93, 94,
yeah,
95? They,
when I that was I was still young at that point, but then when people started getting cable, that's kind of when I hate to say it this way, the culture around WCW is that was like the Temu wrestling
yeah,
because you would look at WWF
that's Southern wrestling.
right, like that's just whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
but like when you had cable, you were like, it wasn't that we didn't watch it, like we hated it. It was like, what the hell is this? You know what I
Yeah, it
mean?
looks small time.
Like right, it looked like basically the studio show, right?
Yeah.
Like it just didn't.
Yeah.
Look,
Dollar Store Wrestling.
and you look at you watch Superstars, and they're in this giant NBA cavern.
Oh yeah,
know,
and the,
shoot
the lights
superstars
are
and that.
flashing
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the view. Yeah,
Yeah.
bigger crowds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember. Go ahead, Kev. I'm sorry, but
No, go ahead.
Did
I'm
you
just
think of an
saying, like,
answer yet?
I
Oh,
did. I did think of an answer.
Okay, let's hear it.
Year 2000.
Okay.
The Rock.
Oh yeah,
The Rock when he
yeah. That was because he had been runner up.
mhm.
I think the year before and
Yeah.
the year before. Didn't he? He was
Mhm.
like runner up twice. I think.
Yeah. Well, let me see.
Or no, he wrestled. No, that's not true. He wrestled Foley at the one,
yeah.
and then he was runner up the year before
The year
that to
before,
Austin. Yeah.
And this was when Rock and Big Show had that storyline on when and if the Rock put both feet on the ground.
Yes.
So that was
a great finish.
Yeah.
because it was like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that.
And
Not
if
even
he would have put his feet up like off the ground like real fast. And that's what made the storyline go real good.
That was peak Rock babyface too, in that
Yeah.
upcoming year. He was peak babyface.
Yeah, I agree. That was
feuding with the McMahon Helmsley era and and old Try.
old
Old
try.
And they had
Old
turned
Try.
DX. They had turned DX heel.
Yep.
And they had, of course, that was his Stooges. Yeah, peak rock during that
was some good
time.
stuff, man. You're absolutely right. That was good stuff.
And then the second question. So you remember,
Who should have gotten over?
Yeah,
for
that
the
was
Rumble?
what I was still thinking in my
What do you
mind.
think?
so you remember when the whole thing was going on with Daniel Bryan?
I was going to say Daniel Bryan.
And you know where I'm going with.
Yeah, they ended up getting rid of him early in the match and then bringing Ray out at 30. That way they didn't get booed.
No.
Right? Wasn't
That was a. I know what you're talking about. He was in the Rumble for a little bit and then he got thrown
He
out.
just
But
got pitched early.
This was when the whole Daniel Bryan thing was going on. The whole Yes movement was going on. He wasn't even in the Rumble.
That's right, because everybody booed Ray when he came out because
Mhm.
they thought he was going to be the one in that spot.
Because everybody was like, number 15, number 15.
Let me look and see.
Okay,
what that
cool.
is.
We got a little time left.
That is
Number
Royal
29,
Rumble
one more spot.
14.
I want to say, the 2014. They should have gave the nod to Daniel Bryan right there because, probably the internet marks would have been going crazy over that one. But everybody was on his side.
Yeah.
He had the fans on his side. He was a hot wrestler at the time. You could have did something right there.
That's
Yep.
true.
Batista returned and won it, and they booed him out of the building.
Blue Tista.
But doing that also, do you think that would have taken away from Bryan tapping Batista out at WrestleMania?
But he would have
Bryan
never
would've
been in the
won?
match
never
if the
would've
crowd
been.
wouldn't have flipped out like they
Right.
did.
Okay.
See, so he'd have been in the mid card somewhere at that point.
Mhm. Probably still going for the Intercontinental Championship or something.
Yep. Yeah, because he wrestled
Okay.
earlier in the night. So he lost to Bray because remember he joined the Wyatts.
Yeah.
So then they had him lose to Bray, and then everybody kept thinking he was going to be in the Rumble, and it ended up being Ray, and everybody booed Ray. And they were in Pittsburgh. You know what kind of people they are.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so Batista won. He returned, and he eliminated Roman, and everybody just lost their mind booing Batista
Ugh.
because they wanted Daniel Bryan.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
So
it.
then they had to
Mhm.
add Batista did the whole promo with Try,
try.
and Daniel Bryan got added to the match. They couldn't not do it. He was so over.
Yeah.
If Daniel Bryan wouldn't have got added to that WrestleMania match, that would have been the stinger of a WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. Imagine if, like what Kev's saying, if instead of Ray, you got Daniel Bryan at 30. That roof would have blew. They would have,
Yeah.
it would have been nuts.
I think you guys are right about that. Like,
Go back and watch it
I'm gonna
though.
have to go back.
They
and watch
bury
it.
Ray, and it's not fair.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to. I'm gonna actually canceling Peacock
Yeah.
because now everything's on.
Netflix.
I just watch it all on YouTube. Everybody puts it, everything's on YouTube now.
Is the library on Netflix now?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
But
still
they're
watching
rolling
those
it
now.
out in layers though.
Okay.
So-
I think a lot of that stuff is on.
And the
YouTube.
search is hard to find. It's
I
annoying.
can't. I know this is old man stuff, but when it comes to watching it, obviously streaming's best. When it comes to study, DVDs all the way.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
all the way.
Yes.
because you can go frame.
Yep. And you
Oh.
can go to write whatever you want. You
Go-
ain't got to sit there and try to search for it because it's annoying.
I missed the network.
Yep.
Those are the good old days.
Ah,
Those are
man.
good picks, though, guys. Those are good picks.
What are your picks?
Yeah. What do you think?
So mine are going to be, it's going to be the antithesis to what you said. I think the guy that the Royal Rumble helped the most was Rey Mysterio winning in 2006 after Eddie's death.
Oh, yeah.
So Eddie passes away, folks. Eddie Guerrero passing away in 2005. Yeah, it's been 21 years. That was like an earthquake to the wrestling business.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because he was on such a 2-year roll of being the guy
Mhm.
from 04, probably the early 04 to when he passed away in October of 05. So almost 2 years of him being like the top guy on SmackDown with Batista. He dies suddenly, and he was right on the cusp, I think, of winning the belt again. Because remember, he was mixing it up with babyface Batista, and he started growing his hair long, and he had like the dirty face. I was like, they're going to turn.
Yeah.
And they did the whole thing where Batista would catch him cheating.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then that was really slick stuff too. I
It
went back
was.
and watched it where Batista thought he was going to hit him with the chair and then he'd throw the chair away. Well, he passes away suddenly, and then Rey Mysterio, who was out one of his surgeries, comes back at the Rumble and then wins it, and then goes on to WrestleMania to become champion in that triple threat with Angle and Orton. And man, that was so good.
I haven't watched that match back. Is it
Very
pretty good?
Yeah,
remember
I liked
watching
it.
when
I liked it. It's the one where you had the really cool Aztec.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
headpiece,
they made
you
a
know?
figure of it. I know the outfit real well.
So that was really cool. And I think the Rumble really took him from being like, we love Ray as a baby face to now this guy can win the belt anytime.
I have a
Yeah.
question, and it might be controversial.
Yeah, ask me.
What's up?
Do you think Ray wins the title if Eddie doesn't
No.
die? Okay.
No.
No.
5'3" and 185 pounds. There's absolutely
I know
no
he was
way.
jacked at that time, but I'm not.
Yeah.
And I'm not asking that to like. I know it's not controversial to you. It might be to people listening.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like Vince, and I use the word fetish, but I don't know if it's a sexual psycho thing or not.
It probably was.
His
yeah.
obsession with the male physique
Yeah.
and only putting people in positions of success who had that mesomorph bodybuilder.
Like try.
Right. Gold try.
My
Like
son-in-law.
I
Yeah.
forgot too. Like when Austin won the belt, he put on like 25 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh
he
yeah,
was
he did.
just jacked to the gills.
Oh, yeah.
Like during his first babyface run. But like, that was, I think Mysterio never would have gotten to that level.
No,
if
you're
had-
too,
right.
you're
What'd you
too
say?
short.
He's 5'3".
He's 5'3".
There's no
175
way.
pounds.
I mean,
Heavyweight champion,
to
oh my
me,
God.
I'm a big fan. Like, I think Ray is like, if we're talking Mount Rushmore baby faces,
Man.
he's on it.
Oh
He's
yeah,
on
no
it.
doubt.
He's on it.
Is he the greatest luchador of all time?
Yeah,
Has to be,
probably,
right?
Gotta
Probably.
be.
Even everyone will go Mil Mascaras, but
Or
like,
Santos,
yeah,
or Los Santos, or one
Blue
of them
Demon.
Connect, or one of them guys.
right,
Yeah.
no, it's Mysterio, Rey
Has to be.
Mysterio, all the way, hands down.
No.
But the guy who I think that they should have used it, and it makes me, I don't know if this, because we're never backstage, right? We don't
Mhm.
really know the whole situation or whatever. But when you have the Ultimate Warrior
Oh man.
and you have him win the belt and you give him the most garbage lineup of people to defend that belt against, why didn't you smash that guy over with the Rumble a little bit more? If he doesn't know how to wrestle or know how to work, the Rumble was the vehicle
Mhm.
to take the Ultimate Warrior from being like the 5-second squash guy to like the next level. Because in my opinion, and I know it's just my opinion, it's unpopular, when you force the Ultimate Warrior to have a wrestling match and work hard, he had great matches.
Oh yeah.
His match with Macho,
Loved it.
phenomenal. The retirement match, great. His match with Hogan, great. Hey, he rehearsed all that match. You still got to go out there and have the
I
match.
was about to say you still got to go ahead and do
You
it.
still got to go out there and do the match.
Yeah.
Like
I'll
it's
tell you a
go ahead.
sleeper one.
Yeah.
Him and Rick Rude.
Yeah, but that was kind of the problem. He always had great matches with Rude, and you're right.
Mm-hmm.
But like he wins the championship, and they just run him right back at Rick Rude after they just ran him at Rick Rude for the Intercontinental belt.
Yeah, they didn't
So-
have anybody.
You could have put him in there with Tenta. You could have put him in
He
there.
worked DiBiase. His
Right.
first title defense was on the main event
Right.
against Ted.
But they didn't run anybody at him to make him into anybody.
Right.
They
But the-
could. The timing with the Rumble for him was weird because
Yeah.
89 he wasn't in the match because he did the superpose down with Rude.
Yes, yes.
Then 90 was when he did the thing with Hulk.
Hogan, right,
And Hulk was champ, so he wasn't losing the Rumble.
right,
And then 91, Warrior was gone. He wasn't in the Rumble,
right.
Well, no,
right?
at the Rumble he was with
Oh yeah. Sorry, he was not gone. He defended the title.
He
and
lost
to
his
Sarge.
Sarge there.
So
right?
the only Rumble he had a chance to win was the one that he was not going to beat Hulk.
But if they would have kept him and let him and smashed him over in the Rumble,
Yeah.
I don't know how his cardio would be, but if you put him in at like 1 through 10 and he won like
Yeah.
maybe 2 or 3 of them in a row, even
Oh yeah.
like, and that was like the Rumble's the Warriors match. Like he summons the old gods.
Now they
or
could have
whatever,
did
you know?
did battle royals
Yeah,
on shows and had him win battle royals.
I agree.
Right.
His cardio had been fine for that. You just tell guys, hey, just start getting rid of people.
Right. But I think that would have been the vehicle to get him over if you don't have anybody else to get him
Yeah.
over on. And I think really what, we missed out on, because I don't remember it, I think he could have done good with Ric Flair.
They they teased it.
Yes.
They did tease. I
They
didn't
did a
know about
couple
that.
little weird things where it was tags. It was Warrior and let me see, it was Taker and Flair versus Warrior and Macho.
Yeah.
Was
The
that when he
Ultimate
wore the
Maniacs?
bodysuit?
Yeah. Well, that ended up spawning into that. Yes.
Ultimate Maniacs. Or
Yeah.
Whatever.
The Ultimate
Yeah.
Maniacs.
But then he left, so they had to get Mr. Perfect in that
Sure
angle.
But I think it was just a waste because they really did Warrior a disservice after he won the belt. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that to defend the Warrior. I know I'm a Ultimate Warrior as a character.
Well, he
I
only
love
had a
him.
3-month title run.
Yeah. But like you had a guy that was, if Hogan's 1A, Warrior would have been 1B as far as being over.
Easily.
Or no, I mathed that wrong. He had a 9-month title reign.
He did, but he didn't
Yes.
do anything.
Mm-mm.
That's why it's easy to forget about it
Yeah.
because he was just an attraction. Oh, here's Warrior versus Rick Martel. And I'm not dissing Rick Martel, but they didn't do anything to build.
No,
Yeah.
they really
Into
didn't
it.
do anything to build. No type of promos or anything like that.
But
Yeah.
even in 96, you had the chance to have him. Like, what? I know it was WrestleMania, but that was the right time, man. Bring him back at the Rumble,
Right.
get him in there, throw everybody out, get him into WrestleMania
Oh,
in
easy.
96.
Yeah.
Warrior versus Brett could have been decent.
Problem is he came back at Mania and he was gone by SummerSlam.
Right.
Because he
Sure
kept
was.
no showing.
Mhm. I hate wrestling.
Warrior was a lot of his own problem.
I agree with that 100%. Jim Hellwig was a
Yeah.
lot of Ultimate Warrior problems.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
But the Warrior as a character was, we can't, as a character, impeccable, in my opinion.
They even said that on the Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior DVD. Like,
What?
he was his own problem. He was a mark for himself.
Yeah.
So you can't go around being a mark for yourself and then expect
Yeah.
it to be all good.
And do weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the untold stuff. Like when Macho hit him with the scepter
Oh man.
and broke the glass in his forehead, right?
Yep.
Okay, well, he does that promo with Lawler where he comes out with the
With the
baseball cap.
I remember
on.
that
Because he
too.
knew he was getting
He knew he was getting whacked with the glass.
yeah, they're making a figure of that
and
with
they're
the hat.
with the hat.
Yeah.
Well, they're making fun of Warrior for
Yeah,
wearing
they're
the hat.
they're ribbing him.
But they're forgetting the fact that the last time he got hit with glass, it took him like a week to dig all the glass out of his
Mhm.
forehead. So I'm not defending him necessarily, but like there's just more always with wrestling, there's more to the story
Yeah.
than like the superficial thing that's part of the urban legend. All right, predictions real quick before we wrap it up and transform and roll out. Who wins the men's rumble? Who wins the women's rumble?
Jericho,
And
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax. All right.
Gunther,
And
Bianca Belair.
all right. My pick, Lash Legend
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
and Jey Uso.
Yeet.
And it leads to his heel turn.
Okay. So he
Mm.
dumps Jimmy in the match at some point.
At some point, he's gonna, I think, do something dramatic, and he's gonna go back to back, and then he's gonna have to square off with Cody. That's what I think.
I have a prediction for you
All
about
right,
Jey
let's do
Uso.
it.
I think he's out early.
Think so?
That way because they don't want him to hijack the match at the end.
Number one.
I think it'll be out early, get rid of him. That way there's no
He's not gonna run it back.
running it back.
Running it back. Otherwise, he might toss
But
somebody out and then
that-
run it back.
the heel turn with him winning would be
Yeah,
that would be good.
Well, I think you'd have a good match with Cody.
Yeah.
And the other piece of it that would be like my second guess would be like people really loved that Oba Femi match
Yes.
with Cody.
Obi's awesome.
And I
Love it.
think that could be like a dark horse like win there
Mhm.
because him and Cody rematch. I don't think he'll beat Cody for the belt at WrestleMania.
You think Jericho? Is that what you said?
Jericho,
Jericho
yeah.
returns
That
and
could
wins it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, but if he gets it, let's say he gets eliminated. Obviously, that's his first feud. Whoever eliminates him, who do you think if he does get eliminated? Who do you think does it?
Somebody up and coming. Either, or probably might get Matt Cardona to win.
Cardona. You know who'd be a good one if he comes back in this one? Like Chad Gable.
Yeah.
You
that'd
think we
be
get
pretty
Gable
good.
back?
If I was booking Raw, I'd have had a countdown pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
And then I'd have had Gable be the one that came out.
They did a lot of Easter eggs for Jericho on Raw.
Did
Yeah,
you
they
see
did.
did you see Adam Pearce's tweet?
about breaking the walls
We're gonna
down.
break the walls down. They sold 3,000 tickets after that.
And nothing
I
happened.
believe it. There needs to be a case study on Chris Jericho being
Yes.
why is he the greatest of all time that nobody considers the greatest of all time?
He sold that many tickets and wasn't even there.
He's
He does
so good.
something.
He's so good. He's so over. Everything he does is magic. I can't think of a lemon. He reinvents himself every 3 years completely, and it's always gold. We'll get into Jericho another
Rumor
time.
is he's dropped about 50 pounds.
I saw him
Yeah.
post a gym selfie. He's
Ready to go.
He's 3 to 5% right now.
He's ready to
he's
go.
cut.
Oh,
He is a cut senior citizen, folks. He's cut. All right. So don't forget, thanks for joining us for tonight. Don't forget to join us on January 31st. We're all going to be in the house. We're going to be doing it on StreamYard. So we're going to be watching the Royal Rumble. And next week, we're going to be just continuing our discussion about the Royal Rumble. And we're going to even lean a little bit into some wrestling training. So we will see you guys next week right here. Mark your calendars. It is January 31st, the Royal Rumble. And here's going to be the weird part why you have to mark your calendar down. Because it's in Saudi Arabia, starts at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Eastern time. So mark your calendars, 2 p.m., January 31st. We'll see you guys right here next week, though, for Card Subject to Change. Have a good one, Kev.
Peace.
Do you have travel plans in the future? Are you TSA pre-checked? Hi, I'm Shannon Crabtree.